prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NAVI, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Dayan, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get phase to like 5 maps with that fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here, in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had a big question mark next to Spinks because, he is a star player, for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one, it might be way harder because now they are kind of not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian AWPer, and the CAS team is just living to its name, proving that they're so great at producing young AWPers, young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe the UK team, because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So I wonder how will this duo do.
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zywoo do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NAVI, and NIP to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NAVI, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get base to like 5 maps with that fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here, in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had a big question mark next to Spinks because, he is a star player for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent.
Then there's NAVI, who had an incredible run for question that everyone wants to know about, because we saw that Rez was OPing on Vertigo and he was OPing also on the city side on Inferno. What did you decide to make this change?
No, we lost 3 games here. All 3 games we wasn't even close in any game, so we were just trying to make some changes, and me and Frederick Rez has been talking about that before. So yeah, me and the coach DJL was like, yeah, let's just try, why not? Because we have been playing very bad, so let's change some things up, and yeah, it worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. Reza had amazing stats, but is it this something that you maybe will keep until the RMRs?
I don't know. We'll see. We will have a new talk when we get back home and see what DJL wants to do. He's the boss. But yeah, we'll see how this game goes. If it goes well, if we beat NAVI, then we shouldn't change back, right? So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Definitely. Talking about NAVI, today you have a really important series. There is still somehow a chance for you to actually qualify. How do you feel going into the series?
No, we will just focus on our game, try to win our game, and then whatever happens. If we qualify, if we won't qualify, it's not up to us really. We were just gonna do our best and try to win our game and hope everyone else win their game who should win their game.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And ayun, hello and welcome back to the official Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Ako nga pala si Sneaky Frog, kasama ko si Ventus, 1:30 AM games tayo ngayon. The tiebreakers dito sa ating Group A. 4 nga yung tiebreakers natin. But of course, knowing na NAVI Kante tayo, we're gonna go with the NAVI game. NAVI versus NIP. Both teams, of course, not too hot of a start dito sa group stage natin. That's for sure. Napaka-surprising yung basically where they both ended up. Of course, NIP near at the bottom ng ating standings. And of course, NAVI holding on to dear life sa third place, pare. Yun na nga. I mean, yung tatlong tiebreakers natin is gonna be kung sino man manalo between Spirit, Fnatic, and NAVI. And I think at that point, round differential yung magpapapanalo, no? Direct. Boss Timo. Oh, round differential yung magpapapanalo. So, kailangan isipin dito na NAVI, you have to win, and you have to win fast, pare. Kasi pag hindi kayo nanalo na mabilisan dito, and yung Fnatic and Spirit dun sa kanilang tiebreaker games, less rounds rather, na natalo sila nga dun, and possibly, we might not even see Natus Vincere dito sa ating playoffs, which is unprecedented, pare.
Yup, tama nga dyan. Very, very close battle sa mangyari dito sa ating teams, sa ating Group A. And guys, this is the official Filipino broadcast nga pala ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Brought to you by Lupon WC, Offstream Gaming, The Armory, and of course, Rivalry. You can check out Rivalry, guys, kung gusto niyo mag-bet dyan para sa mga betters natin dyan. And use our promo code Lupon WXC for bonus up to $200. So that is a 10,000 pesos kung nandito ka sa Pinas. And we are just waiting for our players. Pero this match-up, NAVI versus NIP, kagaya ng sabi mo, NAVI hanging on by a thread. Baka lason pa nga itong NIP natin na maudot yung playoffs run nitong NAVI natin. And I'm not sure sa performance ng NAVI at saka ng NIP, no? Medyo may ups and downs talaga sila coming to this group stage. Especially NIP, medyo, kanina nga sa interview sabi, may changes na ginawa sila. That's why they got the win against the Endpoint. Pero I think it's already late for those changes, pero we'll see if they can still manage to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, playoffs run, pare. Not just that, no, there's 3 of them in contention para dito sa third place natin. Let's not forget Fnatic, which mga kalaban nila yung Endpoint dun sa kabilang side. And of course, I think Vitality and Spirit pangan lang yan. Whoever is gonna get, para lang ma-secure ng Vitality, I think, na first place talaga sila dito sa ating group. And para naman sa Spirit, if meron pa silang onting laban, no, itong Team Spirit din, malay mo sila pa yung magto-third place dito. A lot of weight dito sa match para sa NAVI to win and win quick, pare. So, titignan natin. Inferno, NIP staple, of course. Kaso NAVI, we've seen them from time and time again. Kaya din nila makisabay sa mga best teams dito sa Inferno map natin.
Yep, tama ka dyan. And with that, we are heading to our map number 1. Round number 1 agad tayo dito. Pistol round. Simple. We'll try to check for his mid control. Pero beat, ako po, alam niya na maraming mag-rush towards the banana air natin. And he gets spotted on Rez trying to go for the hand. Pero 2 plays ang nabi natin. Ang nagbabalik dito and he gets caught off guard. Kaso nga lang, oh my goodness, perfecto. Medyo napatagal pa nga yung kanyang pag-take down. Pero 3v5 situation. This is long bad agad for the side of NAVI as the NIP have the B side control. All of them. Meron pa nga silang nag-watch ng flank, which is gonna be a Brolan. Pero simple, trying to tap, trying his luck to get the headshots and the shot that he needed. Pero looks like it's gonna be the save for the NAVI squad natin with Electronic saving his dual Barretta. Pero so far, NIP, a clean round 1 agad. Oh, simple. Hindi ito matama. Medyo malamig ata.
Yup. Ooh. That's tough. Yun lang. Nothing going in the way of NAVI, tol. Round number 1 dito. Napansin ko nga sa NIP, no, when they were going up against itong Endpoint natin, is hindi na sila takot na mag-aggressive masyado dito sa Inferno, especially. Hindi na sila yung old NIP where I think na yun nga, we stand sa banana, burst into sight, then we wait for the nades. Meron silang ginagawa na ganun. Pero mas nakikita ko na yung mas aggressive take dito ng NIP pare. Kasi nga, I think Rez of course playing a lot more aggressive. Hindi lang yun. I think yung addition dito ni Brolan is really helping NIP have a more aggressive take pagdating sa CS.
Yep, tama ka nga dyan. And time again, nakita na rin natin si Brolan going for that crucial entries, going for those crucial flanks, and punishing kung sino may nakatapat na itong NIP natin. Pero there you have it. Pistol round tayo for the Navi. Eco round. Magkakaroon sila ng kahit papano nga utility to try to delay the push out na gagawin na itong NIP players natin. Pero look at this. Samda Young will try to hold towards balcony area natin. Pero makakasalubong niya dito is yung Mach 10 neto nila Plopsky. Looks like it's gonna be the Frag Swarm dito and the Money Swarm. And there you have it. Plopsky will be able to take down SDY. Kaso nga Electronic trying his luck. Plopsky matatag down lang. Down to 3 HP. And hindi pa nga nila na takedown. Kahit papano. 4v5 situation. Simple again with this 5-7. Let's see what can you do against the AK of Hampus. There is a flash. Pero all players ng ating Navi. Actually, 2 players lang sa kanila ang magtatangkang mag-contest toward this A site since si Perfecto tsaka si Electronic will try to go for his B site save. And all of them now will go for the save and another round, a clean round for NIP.
That's just a classic A-take. Kung nakapistol lang yung kalaban nyo dito, if there is a person dito sa may balcony, he might get one, pero yung flash nga na yun is just to flush out any of the players na naglalaro dito sa pit or even help yung mga players. It's apps to have a bit more space and the Moto Smoke para lang walang alternate angle from the library area na it is really hard to clear, especially kung dadaan kayo dito sa may speedway side. But NIP, going back to their classic once again, util lang and pasok dito sa site with very, very good timings. And 2-0. That's a good start dito sa Inferno. And nag-force by Batiti yung Navi, a potential third rin para dito sa NIP. So this could be the start that they needed para dito sa Inferno. Which is not good news, no? Para dito sa Navi kasi they're really trying to get as clean of a game, as clean of a series as possible na kalaban nila yung NIP dito. And nagsisimula na tayong ganito yung sitwasyon agad.
Yep, tama nga dyan. Ang magkakaroon ng lason dito is Fnatic or Team Spirit. Pero NIP, they still have the chance, no? If they can finish this one quickly, may chance pa rin silang umabot sa ating rank number 3 and possibly going to the playoffs. Pero another pistol round tayo for the side of Navi. And hindi nila pwede patagalin etong series na to if they want to stay on the top 2 spot. Or baka malaglag pa nga sila dito na itong NIP if ever. Pero another SMG round tayo for Plopsky, Brolan, and S16. Hindi pa rin nila ito binibitawan. And looks like it's gonna be the banana side take for the NIP squad. Brolan will try to go aggressive again towards this entrance natin. Pero that's a good smoke. Just to try to delay the push out ng NIP players. Pero looks like it's gonna be the wrap around play. A 2-3 setup actually for the side of Navi. Meron lamang silang Deagle tsaka P250 to work with. Pero looks like it's gonna be a bad read for Navi since all of them now rotating towards this B site. And now here comes the A site push for side of NIP and Electronic. Siya lang mag-isa dito. Managed to take down one. There you have it. Brolan goes down. And 4v5 situation. And mukha tang itatry na lang i-save ni Electronic yung itong Mach 10. Kaso nga lang hindi na siya papalamasin ni Kuya Hampus with that. 17 seconds on the clock remaining. NIP will go for a bomb plant again and will be able to take this round win with a clean 3-0 agad tayo. Navi squads, you need to wake up on your next gun round dahil NIP slowly but surely increasing their lead.
Ano yun nga, pretty clean. I mean, ano naman magagawa dito ng Navi, to be honest, pistols. And an eco ang kailangan nilang gawin dito para meron silang M4A4, M4A1S, maybe even an op. Pero medyo malabo yung op, to be honest, if hindi ka aabot yung loss bonus para dito sa Navi. Pero tignan natin. Kasi an op could really change the tides para dito sa Navi. And I think one of them can buy para dito kay Simple. I don't think hindi naman kailangan i-upgrade yung helmet dito kasi yung kalaban naka AK-47 man. So if you get shot in the head, you die anyway. So yun na nga, opt para dito kay Simple. They need to activate it early, especially dito sa City side. They need those first picks. Pag makuha nga nila dito si Brolan, that's gonna be a huge pick to say the least, no? Mawalan ng konting entry power itong NIP.
Yep, tama nga dyan. And with that, AWP will now be given to Simple. And Mach 10 para kay Kuya mo SDY. M4 naman para sa the rest members ng ating NAVI squad. Pero look at this. Bit will try to get aggressive towards his Banana Airten, trying to spam through the smoke, trying his luck. Pero sadly, walang mababawasan whatsoever for the players ng NIP. And it's gonna be the slow play for the NIP squad natin this time around, since they are respecting the frag capabilities ng Navi players natin with their guns, with their rifles. And kailangan rin na mag-ingat actually dito kay Simple na nag-hold na towards this apartments area natin. Pero looks like 4 players natin NIP will be looking toward the push towards this mid area. And another 2-3 setup tayo for the side of Navi. And actually wala silang masyadong utility to work with for the side of Navi. Meanwhile NIP masyado pang maraming utilities. Bit will get spotted down and may double pick agad for the side of NIP. With that, Rez will be able to take him down. 4v5 situation and Perfecto will try to go for a nade. Kaso nga lang si Rez hindi tatamaan kahit paano whatsoever. And it's all up to Perfecto to defend this B side on his own. That's a good flash actually. Kaso nga lang Plopsky from behind will be able to take him down. And Rez again doing the frags for the NIP. And Simple, oh my goodness, muntikan pa nga siyang ma-takedown with that random spray. And Navi, not sure what are they gonna do against the NIP with a clean 4-0 agad.
I think yung A presence na ginawa dito ng NIP sa early stages ng ating round is, I think, to try and find kung nasan si Simple. And alam mo naman, the classic Navi play, kung nasan si Simple, iwasan niyo muna yung AWP dito. Not just that, I think yung position dito ni Bit was not the best considering na walang flash si Perfecto. So if may push na nga na mangyayari dito sa may banana area, there's nothing to really protect itong rifler natin dito sa may sandbags. Not just that, Perfecto, of course, mag-isa na lang siya doon, forcing to use the smoke, molly, nade, everything, pero wala naman masyadong value na nakuha nga doon. But I think a bit too overconfident. Yun nga yung nagiging weakness ng Navi for the past few games. Not from the Vitality game, from the Endpoint game. Masyado yata silang confident. I mean, they are the #1 team in the world, but at the same time, weakness has been shown for the past few na nakikita natin dito galing sa kanila. So I think they should have a lot more sure plays to say the least, no? And especially yung banana play na yun galing dito kay Bit. I think that was a bit too ego, no? Para sa kanila dito, which they can't really afford, especially kasi nga yung scenario that we have now. They can't lose too much rounds.
And I think isa rin yun sa kung bakit nag-aggressive si Bit, parang he's trying to start a spark siguro na mag-init siya kahit papaano, pero sadly it did not work out that well for him. He got shot down immediately. And look at this, I think there you have it. Bit will only have the Mach 10, pero the rest players naman natin healthy naman yung kanilang bike kahit papaano, pero not healthy on their bunks. Bit getting damage again as early pa lang ng ating round. Down to 66 HP. Wala pang 10 seconds na nakakalipas. Pero 5v5 pa rin naman tayo kahit papaano. Now Rez lurking towards this apartment area natin, trying to check if merong magpo-push out na players nating Navi. Pero this could be a good execute coming in for the side of NIP. They have the utilities that they needed in order for them to get out of this apartment area. Kaso nga, let's go a good flash for Electronic, and that's with the need. Kaso nga lang, makakasurvive si Brolan kahit paano, down to 19 HP. And nabati ko ata, 1-for-1 trade lang ang nangyari dito. 4v4 situation, Simple will try to go for this pick towards this arch area natin. Pero kailangan nila ng magandang entry frag if they want to get back into this round. Dahil as of now, meron ng crossfire setup. Oh my goodness, Simple!
Big miss.
How could you miss that? And there you have it, Simple with the adjustment. With the boost, again, will be able to take yung rest. Pero now, 3v4 situation, konti-kunti na naubusan ng oras yung ating Navi players. Pero Hampus from this apartments area. And tatawag pa nga ng tropa si Simple to try to take down. Ito si Kuya mo, Hampus. And SC nakapasok na rin siya towards the site natin. And now, 1-for-1 trade again. It's all up to Plopsky and Hampus. Pero wala ng oras yung Navi players. And Hampus will be dying dito sa ating site. Pero, still,
Yeah.
a good round for NIP.
Yeah, look at the money. So, it doesn't matter. Para dito sa NIP, if all 5 do fall dito sa side natin, as long as they get the point, that is where it matters. Para sa side nila, Rez doing a great job of just delaying. Ayun lang, that is... Maybe dun lang sa damit, tumama yun dun. But at the same time, I think yung boost na to, it really took a bit too long para dito kay Simple. Then, by the time na naka-wrap around na sila, Hampus already had the forward position dito sa my apartments, delaying as much as possible, creating another thing to worry about para dito sa Navi, which is they cannot afford at the moment. Pero Simple, I like this, no? Yung mas aggressive na position with the AWP kasi siya talaga dapat yung kumukuha ng first pick para dito sa Navi, especially sa city side.
Yup. Pero basadong-basado ata to ng NIP. This time around, they opted out to go for this slow play. Sa may ating mid, joke lang pala ito si Brolan. Masyadong maasim, wala siyang smoke whatsoever. Pero alam na nila na nandito sa banana area since he's Simple. So it looks like it's gonna be the A side push and SDY. Kailangan niya mag-ingat dito para kay Kuya mo S-Tag. Dahil pag nagkamali siya ng pick dito, and there you have it, SDY goes down, pero may trade naman agad para ko yung electronic, and it's the trade is happening towards A site natin. 3v2 situation now, it's all up to Hampus, pero bit, naku po, tostado. 1v2, it's all up to Perfecto and Simple. Kaso nga lang, Hampus will try to clutch this one out, and it's not gonna work out for him. Navi, finally on the board with 1-5 scoreline.
No, a well-needed round para sa side nila, man. I mean, a highlight play galing dito kay Bit on the apartments area. SDY, nako po, I mean, SDY has been having a horrible ESL Pro League pare. We have not really seen him do too well sa kahit anong games na nakita natin siya on Inferno. Pero yun na nga, Perfecto and Bit picking up the scraps para sa kanyang team. So Navi still quite the ways away bago pa nila makabalik yung score dito ng NIP. But still, that's gonna be a tough one and we need to look dun sa right side. That score is gonna matter. Pero uy, Brolan, entry agad dito sa site. But Vitality 3-4 against Spirit already. Hindi dapat maging the same yung rounds between Spirit and Navi dito. Kasi nga, Navi, you're trying to be that team that dominates itong mapa na to, and Spirit, if they can make it a 2-0 pagkalaban nila yung Vitality dito, that's a miracle, man. That's a miracle ask. Pero,
Yep.
pag magawa nila yun, they could just edge out yung spot dito ng Navi pre.
Yep, and Navi nanganganib talaga sila dito sa ating group stage. The top one in the world. And I'm not sure with this kind of performance sa Navi against NIP, kailangan pa nilang mag-step up. Kailangan pa nilang umapak sa kanilang mga pedal to go for this win. Pero SDY, that's gonna be a good shots coming in for him. Will be able to take yung rest and may trade agad. Now, 2v3 situation. Simple and Perfecto na lang ang natitira for the side of Navi. Pero I'm not sure if alam ng Navi players to na nakapush na nga. Eto si Kuya mo Hampus with that Perfecto. Will be going down. Pero Simple, oh my goodness. Another round tayo for the side of NIP. And this is not the city side of Navi that we are used to.
This is a tough one para dito sa Navi, that's for sure. Another round lost. Another potential round difference point going out of their hands, pare. Grabe, mararamdaman mo talaga every round matters in this one. The ecos, the gun buys para dito sa Navi. NIP making it really difficult. I think ginagalingan talaga ng NIP para for their brothers over at Fnatic. Kasi Fnatic sila din lumalaban para dito sa number 3 spot, and I think they're really going all out. Not just that, I mean, pride din naman yun, di ba? Pride din nila. I mean, kung matalo natin yung Navi, then that's gonna be a big boost sa confidence going into the next event. Kasi kahit manalo dito NIP, there's not really any bearing na makapasok sila third place. They're stuck in the bottom of the scoreboard. But still, nako, they can at least, boost yung kanilang Swedish brothers dun sa kabilang side. Pero yun na nga, Navi, I mean, they need to get some points on the board, pare. I mean, they need to put it to 9 and 6. Pero mahirap considering yung kanilang mga baril dito. Pero, let's see.
Oh, electronic. Oh my goodness. The punish for from Rez is there for electronic, and with that 4v5 situation tayo, STY will try to get aggressive pick towards his apartment area natin. Kaso nga lang walang tao dito whatsoever na magtatangka mag-push out towards the balcony area natin now. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock remaining. Simple still struggling to find players ng NIP. Talagang gustong iwasan ng NIP players etong si Kuya mo Simple with his AWP. Kaso nga lang, oh my goodness, Simple, that's gonna be a bad pick for you. Rez will be able to take him down. Kaso nga lang, may trade agad para kay Kuya mo Perfecto, pero still 1-4-2 trade. Not a good chance for the side of Navi. B250 and that Deagle for SDY and Bit. What can they do against the full rifle gun ng ating NIP players? Pero 34 seconds on the clock remaining. Binigay na ng Navi players yung A site, and NIP again looking to stretching out their lead further against the top 1 team in the world.
Yun na nga. I mean, safety up na lang. Once again, that thing can really save you the round kung, Simple at the right place at the right time. NIP, di pa nila kailangan mag-op. I think everyone should just stick to the AKs considering gumagana naman yung kanilang plano as of the moment. And once again, problem. Mid-control. Para dito sa side ng Navi. Simple missing a lot dito sa ating game, pare. I mean, he did hit that shot earlier dito sa may boost, pero mahirap talaga, pre. Mahirap talaga para dito sa Navi kung ganito yung ginagawa. NIP, initial mid-control. Hindi mo nakikita yung Moni si Smoke dito sa mid, no? Yung sobrang aggressive na pwede ka mag-pick dun sa left. Parang nawawala yung confidence dito the usual confidence ng Navi. I'm not saying na mag-overconfident plays nila, no? Or mag-overconfident plays sila, no? Kagaya na nakita natin kay Bit kanina dun sa Banana. Pero at least yung mga plays na nakikita natin from Simple usually, it's not as clean as the usual Navi is.
Yeah. And NIP again, 7-1. And I'm not sure bakit nag-slow pick pa doon si Simple, since alam naman niya na nakamark na si Rez dito sa ating mid area, pero maybe trying his luck and it's not in his favor. Pero so far, may buy pa naman this time around ng ating Navi players, although they are low in economy. They only have 1k, 2k. Oh my goodness, Bit again the first collateral for the side of Navi. Pero 1-for-1 trade. Ninade pa nga ito si Mohampos, and with that 3v3 situation, grabe yung trades for these both teams. Pero Navi still struggling in the hands of NIP. Perfecto. He didn't get the timing right para kay Rez dahil nakatawid na yung 2 players dito, and with that perfect timing will be able to take ng Brolan. Pero Perfecto again. Ako po. It's all up to Popsky.
He's been clutching a lot, so pwede pa naman, but still Perfecto. For the past few days, no, si Perfecto talaga yung consistent dito sa Navi. Really trying to drag his team all the way back to victory dito sa ating game. Pero tignan pa natin. Ooh, what a flash.
Yep, and a good read sana yun kung hindi lang sana bulag. And 3 sasalbo niya nga yung 3 players ng Navi dito. And with that, Navi will be able to defuse this bomb and get the score on the board with a 2-7.
Yeah, Perfecto. Pretty big round galing sa kanya. Not gonna lie, defending itong B-site, I wouldn't say on his own. It's Electronic with some big help as well. With the initial banana control, tamang nades lang sila dito. Naku po, si Hampus pa yung namatay. The guy with all the nades. Dito sa side ng NIP, so hindi sila makasetup na maayos dito sa side. Pinilit na lang nila dito. Perfecto. With a huge defense, Electronic. With some huge damage as well. And Navi, ako po, Could this be the start? Hindi pa natin alam. Tignan natin yung pera dito ng NIP. Still, 5.3k para dito kay Esitag is the highest. So, plenty of gun buy pwede pa mangyari dito. But Navi, uy,
Oh, simple. Going online dito will be able to read an S-tag with that off shot. Finally, medyo nag-online na si Simple, pero kailangan pa rin niya ng tulong with his teammate. SDY still needs to activate his Ultra Instinct dahil we've known SDY na he's a better, actually not better, he fits perfectly this ating Navi. Pero so far, coming into this ESL Pro League Season 16, I'm not really sure what happened to Samda Young. Pero 5v4 situation, NIP, lugi sila in terms of manpower, pero that's gonna be the pop flash. There goes the swing and bit, not giving any info whatsoever to the players of the NIP, and tamang paramdam lang yung players ng NIP towards banana air natin, pero no commitment of rotation is going to be executed by the Navi players. It's still 2-1-2 setup since anything can happen actually in this Inferno map. You can fake as much as you can, pero look at this, it's gonna be the B-side trash. Perfecto with the crossfire with the help of Bit, and Rez will be able to take him down. Kaso nga lang, I'm not sure if alam nila dito sa smoke si Electronic, pwede niya makot off guard si Electronic dito, and there you have it. Electronic goes down with that. It's all up to Rez. 1v3 situation and no bomb plant yet. Binibait lang niya yung players natin Navi na mag-push out, and there you have it. Rez goes down. Another round score for the side of Navi, 3-7.
Lot more setup. Nakikita natin dito para kay Bit. Lot more flashes to say the least dito sa may site. Not just that, good recognition na medyo may butas yung smoke. Dito sa may left side, don't think last play nga pwede mangyari sana dun kay Rez. However, could not get a lot more timeout agad. Galing dito sa NIP, they know. Navi heating up a bit, especially itong si Simple. That mid pick was perfect para dito sa side ng Navi, pre. Not just that, si Pit umiinit na rin dito. He's calming down a lot more, no, to say the least. And yung anchor na lang siya dito sa side instead of angling dito sa may banana areas, really enabling him to frag a lot more. Alam ko, mas common na spot yan. Pwede i-clear immediately dito ng NIP. But knowing this kid, and alam mo yung there's a lot of young CS players. Alam niyo naman, mahilig sila mag-smoke bang dito. So even though if there's a smoke right in front of him, he's gonna shoot right through it. Smokes aren't bulletproof, so napakalaking damage pwede lumabas nga galing doon. And Navi, ay na nga, starting to heat up in this game. This could be maybe the comeback. And NIP, maybe on their last buy. I mean, Galils na lang yung mabibili dito ni Plopsky. So, last hura siguro from their first buy. Oh! Saan galing si Esitag?
Pick coming in for Esitag. Galing siya sa may ating sewers.
Mexi yata, oh.
Pero, getting caught guard. Ito si Kuya mo Simple. And that's gonna be the up gun for the side of Navi for reaper situation. Kailangan na i-capitalize yung ganitong advantage to try to stretch out their lead, and there you have it, the pick from Plopsky. Hindi nga lang tatama para kay Bit, pero two players ng NIP natin now looking for the push towards moto air natin, pero he's gonna pop flash for you. Sam Dayang will be able to one, and may trade agad para kay Kuya mo Brolan, and Electronic fully blinded siya dito, and he gets spotted towards this balcony air natin, and that's gonna be the double molotov. Sama pa ng nade, sasalin to ng buong buo ni Kuya Electronic, and with that is all up to Bit and Perfecto to try to clutch this one out. Roland with the check will be able to hit on Bit, and Bit goes down. Oh my goodness, it's all up to Perfecto trying to get the exit frag. He got one, pero Rez, hindi siya pwede magstay dito sa may ating site since he only have one HP left.
This is tough para dito sa Navi, pare, but at the same time, really good play. Galing na naman dito kay Brolan. But the first pick talaga, yung first pick dito ni Esitag, das opened things up, especially dito sa mid-control. Wala nang threat ni Simple, merong threat na pwede manggaling nga dito sa A-site from the flashes na possibly manggagaling sa arches or maybe even sa pit side to try and get a pick galing dito sa Navi, but still NIP not afraid to just push in dito sa may live area natin just in case na yun nga, may naka-push up na Navi player doon, pwede nila i-potentially punish. And Plopsky Ako, lumabas lang ng apartments, man. He really did not do too much din sa round na yun. Really good replay, I guess, to say the least. Pero, yeah, I would say yung first pick talaga to. Grabe naman. You take out Simple, that's like half of your mid control already gone para sa inyo.
Yep. And may gun na pwede pa rin naman bilhin natin. Navi, they still have the M4s. Pero bit again will hold on to this SMG and try to get the banana control that they needed. Pero I'm not sure if alam to. And look at this. Fnatic versus Endpoint now have a scoreline of 4-2 in favor of Fnatic. Pero Hampus, kailangan niyang i-check yung right side niya dito. Kasi kung hindi, pwede siyang mapitas at malason ni Bit. There goes the smoke. There goes the utility usage towards Banana Air natin. And no infiat is still being given by the Navi players kung ilan nga ba talaga ng gold towards this Banana. And sa may ating A side, pero looks like gusto nilang i-push yung A short natin. And Plopsky, meron na rin siyang angle towards this apartments area. Pero Simple, to be a good read for him. Kaso nga lang, he gets spotted down. And Plopsky will not be able to take him down. Dahil sobrang liit lang nung angle na yun to work with. Pero 37 seconds on the clock remaining. All players ng NIP looking towards the push dito sa may ating A site natin. And Electronic, a good pick. Coming in, Rez goes down. That is one of the key fraggers ng ating NIP this time around. Pero SDY will be able to run Plopsky as well. 3v5 situation. Konti ko din na naubusan ng oras yung ating NIP. Brolan with this enter frag will be able to run Simple. And SDY again will be able to run Brolan. Pero somehow, nakapagtanim pa nga yung players ng ating NIP dito. And Hampus, this is a good read for him. Will be able to run Perfecto. Kaso nga lang Electronic is there. And SC tag, 1v2. What can you do? Nakakuha na siya na isa. You only need to get one more. And there you have it. So nga lang, wala siyang info kung saan mga galing si Bit.
Walang info, walang bala. I mean, either way, mamamatay nga siya dun sa corner na yun. Really good side retake. Para dito sa side ng Navi. I mean, 8-4, not the best scenario para sa side nila. But still, a point is a point nga. To say the least. Mali mo makakabawi pala sila sa T-side dito. But still, Electronic with a huge hole dito sa may Arches side natin. But at the same time, SDY. Finally, nag-iising na siya, man. I mean, SDY has been failing itong pit defense a lot, no? To say the least, para dito sa Navi. Pero yun lang, the one time na gumana nga siya dito, NIP offense could not take it anymore. Numbers weren't really adding up para sa kanila, pero yun lang, bit around the corner with the MP9 and 8-4. Okay, Navi. I mean, 4 points is not too bad, especially considering na kung paano nagsimula yung game na to. Pero Simple, you need this. Oh, that's tough.
Yup, unfortunate miss coming for Simple. Pero Bit again will try to get the banana control for Navi. Dahil ilang beses na rin kasi na binibigay itong banana control and din yung napapunish down sa kanila. That's how NIP are able to enter the B side easily. Pero Brolan, masyado yata siyang confident sa pag-push dito sa ating mid-air natin. And there you have it. Electronic will be able to take the rest pero may trader man agad. Para ko yung may SC tag. With that, Simple will get his frag as well. And 1-4-2 trade, 3v4 situation. Bit. This is a good read for Navi players pagka nakupitas nila dito. And
what?
SC tag has a better read, I guess. Will be able to hit on Perfecto. And Bit is gonna be a 1v2 situation towards this spawn area and is the wrap around play. Brolan will try to cut the rotation na gagawin natin ni Navi. Pero Simple, masyado kang maingay with your knife out. And Brolan, oh my goodness.
Oh.
Simple, oh my goodness.
That's
He
a
goes
tilter.
down. 1v2. It's all up to Sam Dayang. Pero what can you do at this point? Although matatag down niya si Brolan down to 7 HP, that's with the nade to try to chip some health para kaya SDY. Pero save na lang niya yung AWP ni Kuya Mo Simple. And with that, NIP on the board. Huge lead. 9-4.
Nako, papasave ka na lang talaga ng off dito. Really good mid-crawl, that's for sure, para dito sa NIP. But at the same time, Esitag, may pre-aim siya dun sa CT. That's crazy actually na nakuha na yun. Insta headshot, CT control. Pabalik agad sa side nila dito. I mean, Simple, ito yung strat na ginawa nila kanina, no? Na instead na mag-mid si Simple dito, he just focuses dito sa by apartment side, which is, you can't really blame him, no? Kasi nga gusto nila itago yung op dito ni Simple and they're gonna try their best to at least put him in a position para makagawa siya ng play possibly dito sa may pit area natin. But good reaction galing dito sa NIP instead. Focusing na lang sila dito sa may city and taking down yung 2 players natin dito. Securing that B site para sa kanila. Navi a bit too antsy to rotate dito sa ating game. Ayun, Simple. First pick para sa kanila. Hampus is gone but I think doable pa to para sa NIP. Madami pa naman sila needs dito and it's just the IGL that's taken down.
Yep, and with that, the IGL can now focus on strategizing against Navi this time around. Pero look at the buy of Navi. They only have the pistols. 2 smokes, 1 nade. And meron namang kit kaya SDY pero I'm not sure if Navi can still do some damage to NIP. They will have to rely on this AWP ni Kuya Mo Simple. Pero in terms of manpower lamang naman sila. So kailangan nilang alagaan ito. Pero looks like it's gonna be the A site fake. Utilities are being thrown. Pero no commitment, no push is going to be executed for the NIP players. And Simple, this is a good position for him. Actually, pwede niya makapilas yung dalawa dito. Actually, asa ko na makakuha niya isa. Roland goes down and kailangan niya ng trade. Kailangan ng tulong ni Kuya Mo Simple dito dahil he is missing a lot of shots. And the rest will try to go for this run and gun. Spray down and will be able to take down Simple. With that, it's all up to the 3 players ng ating Navi to clutch this one out and try to stop the double score line netong NIP. 3v3 Plopsky. Ako po. Electronic. That's gonna be a bad swing for you. He goes down. Tag will be able to take him out. Pero Navi gusto nilang P2K dito sa ating B side. And SDY somehow nakatakas pa nga si Kuya Mo Plopsky and both of them goes down. Pero with that 10-4 in favor of NIP.
Hindi na nga Simple. This would have been a really good pick no kung mas deep siya dito sa may banana area and hindi pa nakapush dito yung NIP paloob sa site. But once NIP got into the site, all hell broke loose para dito sa Navi. And at the same time, wala silang masyadong firepower no, in their hands. 5-7s only, plus an op galing dito kay Simple. Nakuha mo nga si Brolan, but the rest of NIP was already on site. Easy clear na lang para sa kanila. Knowing Simple, he would really go for that hero play. You can't blame him kasi kailangan na talaga ng points dito na Navi. Remember, round differential is the name of the game here. Pero pag natalo ka pa dito sa first game, then all hope could be lost. I would not say yet kasi let's wait for the end of yung mga tiebreakers natin. No? Then doon natin malalaman kung sino talaga yung nasa number 3 spot natin. Pero NIP doing a really good job just holding Navi down dito sa city side with that constant pressure kay Simple again and again and again. Mapapamag 7 na lang ang tropa natin dito. The rest are gonna be M4s galore. And NIP, nako, AKs everywhere. I mean, kahit may galil dito si Brolan, he can still do some damage.
Yup, tama nga dyan. And all hope for Navi na i-2-0 nila etong NIP in order for them to stay para mag-qualify pa rin sila towards the playoffs natin. Pero we'll see. So far, so good ang pinapakita ng NIP players. They are looking for the punish dito and Electronic will be able to take him down. And 2 for 3 trade ang nangyari as they are trying to enter towards this A side. And Navi, the defense is just not there. And it's not gonna be enough to try and hold yung push netong NIP. It's all up to Bit and Perfecto. What can you do at this point? Meron ng magandang crossfire setup yung NIP players natin. And they still have a lot of utilities. They still have the double flash. 1 smoke and 1 molotov to try to delay. There you have it. There is the delay and Hampus will be able to take them Bit. It's all up to Perfecto. And wala na nga rin siyang oras. Wala siyang kit. Pero Brolan will be able to finish him off with that 11-4 in favor of NIP.
Yeesh, this is a tough one. Para dito sa Navi, first half not really going their way. Lahat na tinry sa kanila. I mean, that last round as well, no? Nag-double stack sila papunta sa may app site just to try and prevent that apartments crunch. Hindi pa rin gumana. The trades were too quick galing dito sa NIP. It's the strength of the map as well, man. I mean, ano kayo? Wait lang. I mean, look at the veto again. Tapos, tignan natin ano yung binan ng Navi dito. So, they did ban... Okay, NIP ban Dust 2, reasonable. One of the best maps dito ng NIP. Natus Vincere removed Vertigo. Not the best ban. Siguro permaban. I would say permaban yata nila yan dito sa map. I think I would have rather seen itong Navi, no, risk yung Vertigo na lang rather than pumasok sila straight into Inferno in map number 1. Pero yun nga, it is their choice and Blade must have a master plan. Pero NIP, so far, so good para sa kanila dito sa kanila map pick. Their best map as well, Inferno, Plopsky, and Rez having themselves a hell of a game. Of course, pag online yung mga riflers dito, you're gonna have a fun time. Dito sa T-side, Rez doing his thing. And Plopsky, a lot more awake, no? A lot more awake, a lot earlier. Dito sa ating game, last time na nag-Inferno sila, hindi siya masyado gising the first half. And then he was 12 and 18 at one point. And then naging nagra-ramp up na siya after that clutch, and I think he got himself in a little bit of a rhythm. Yung mga ibang players naman dito, I think Brolan just doing his job, Hampus, pressuring. Palagi naman natin nakikita yan, and Esitag, of course, really making sure that he is making life a living hell para dito kay Simple, especially sa mid. Lagi talagang may nagtatago or lagi talaga may naghahanap sa kanya just to relinquish that mid and para mas makakuha ng control itong NIP para sa side nila. Para naman sa Navi, men, I mean, Electronic and STY Perfecto trying their best to hold it down sa site, pero ayun nga, the swarms galing dito sa Ninjas in Pyjamas, pare, are just too fast na makareact dito yung Navi. Pre, naka-rotate na sila but the site was already taken and a bit too late para sila makabalik dito sa loob.
Yep, and I think yesterday parang iniisip natin, since Endpoint beat Navi with a clean 2-0 and NIP, they also dominated Endpoint. So does that mean NIP is better than Navi? And so far,
nung sinabi ko yun, I was totally joking, but I have no idea if this is a joke at this point. Not gonna lie. Pero there's something. Parang may something talaga sa Navi this tournament. I think it's one of those tournaments. So even the best team in the world has bad tournaments, pero I think this is just one of them probably. Kaya hindi natin alam, that's for sure. Direct FB mo.
FB.
Hindi, kita namin dito. ayun. Buti na lang nag-stinger dun sa... hindi actually. I think kami lang nakita. Pero yun, that they got ever since na 2-0 sila ng Endpoint.
Yep, tama nga dyan. And let's take a look. If NIP wins this pistol round, it could be the snowball that they needed to finish off Navi dito sa ating map number 1. Look at their buys. They have the double smoke, triple flash for Navi, and for the NIP naman, they have the 1 nade, 1 flash, and 1 smoke to go for this site retake. Mukhang hindi na nila i-contest and getting contact against the Navi players, since alam naman nila kung paano sila pwedeng ilason at saka ma-takedown agad ng Navi players on this pistol round. Pero that's gonna be a good smoke to try to lay the push. Esitag, what a read. 4 players ng ating Navi now lurking up towards this banana area, and meron naman silang lurker. It's gonna be Samda Young to try to get the info that they needed and try to cut the rotation possibly. And Samda Young gets spotted down dito, and may trade agad para kay Mares. That's gonna be the 1-for-1 trade, pero Plopsky holding na rin siya towards this new box area natin, trying to defend this B side on his own. And there goes the flash. Kaso nga lang, no pick is being given, pero Plopsky sama
What a
one
goosh.
bit. 3v3 situation, Simple for the trade. Now, low HP na rin. Eros ko yung Plopsky, pero Electronic with that jumping clock will be able to win that duel. And now, all they need to do is to go for this bomb plant. It's all up to Hampus and Rez to try to clutch this one out. Pero kailangan mag-ingay. Oh my goodness, the pre-fire from Rez is there, and Hampus as well. And now it's all up to Electronic. 1v2 situation, And the dream, you only need to clear one more player ng ating NIP to try to get back into the game. Kaso nga lang, whipping the shots, not gonna be enough to take down Kuya mo Hampus. And Hampus, this is a good swing. And
The P2
Electronic
fade, man.
will lose that duel.
Sheesh. Okay, Hampus, the IGL versus IGL joust na nangyari dito sa B-site and him winning it out. NIP. Di mo anong ba't ang lakas ng manok mo ngayon? Anong nangyayari? Anong nangyayari? Bakit ganito yung NIP? Is this the Hampus being Pinoy buff, pare? Kasi ito kasi nangyayari, guys. Pag sina-shoutout kasi yung Focus Fire Gaming, lumalakas talaga kayo. Tapos tignan nyo yung nangyayari. Of course, our boy Hampus shouting us out every time with the buff dito. Pero at the same time, it is just Navi once again misplaying dito na naman sa B-side. Hindi nila maklear si Plopsky dito, pre. Like, nahihirapan sila maklear agad yung site. The important points, Newbuck is not clear yet. Nawala na yung smoke dito sa city. They got some good shots, pero yun lang, nakabawi na agad ng dalawa yung NIP Electronic. Had no choice but to defend as much as he can, pero yun lang, hindi kinaya the P2000. Really coming through, pero Plopsky, low HP na sila dito.
Yup, and Tech9s will be out in the hands of Beat and Perfecto. Meron naman silang utilities kahit paano to try to get back or to try to retake the site if ever. Pero in terms of gunpower, lamang ng ating NIP players since they have the triple SMG and 2 M4s with full armors. Pero tamang paramdam lang towards B site natin and na-bait pa nga ng pag-rotate. Eto si Kuya Mabrola to try to help his teammates to try to delay the push out dito by Perfecto. Pero all three players ng Navi, the Hero AK, for simple, tingnan natin kung will it work? Kaso nga lang res, oh my goodness, that is the AK down and Electronic will be able to res kahit papaano. Pero ma-pick up naman to, I think, ibang players dito. And Brolan will be able to Electronic 1-for-1 trade lang nangyari. 3v1, actually 3v3 situation dito sa ating side. And now Tag, that's going to bomb the crew. Samda Young for the backup will be able to one, and that is a good spray transfer. Pero 2 players pa ang kailangan niyang i-take down. Oh, hello, Plopsky. Kaso nga lang Hampus. Yup.
Yun lang. I mean, everything going the way of Navi up until that certain point. Tag, good MP9 play galing sa kanya, jumping from second box to first box. Nakatakas pa nga si Plopsky at first. I mean, that man was 27 HP and he was still living dun sa loob na smoke. Really good hold down. Galing dito sa NIP once again. And that was a force buy. Galing dito sa Navi, pare. So, possibly 14 going in the way of NIP and medyo napako nga dito yung Navi, pare, sa 4.
And Hampus trying his luck, although madadamage naman yung Electronic down to 54 HP. That's gonna be the nade. And heavy info agad yung ibinigay ng Navi natin na magtatry sila mag-push out towards mid-air natin. Pero iiwasan na lang siguro nila yung pagiging aggressive ng NIP players towards banana air natin since now they are trying to get control towards this second mid. Pero it's gonna be a 2-3 setup for the side of NIP. 3 players nag-hold sa may ating A side pero no info yet. Simple will try to get the info and repeaking towards this banana and smoke will be out. And tignan mo naman, Electronic will only have the Tech9s. I am not sure if makakalason siya ng isa kahit papano, pero so far it is doing bad for the side of Navi. 13-4, 45 seconds on the clock remaining. What can you do? NIP 3 rounds away into closing out this map, number 1 natin. Pero oh my goodness, Plopsky, tamang timing lang, will be able to know Electronic and he goes to 1 HP left. Pero Tag for the cleanup will be able to know Perfecto. Kaso walang Hampus from behind will be able to know 3 players, and with that, a clean wipe out for the Navi players and NIP on the board 14-4.
Ito na nga, NIP doing it for the Swedes, pare. Let me check yung mga ibang games dito. Let's refresh this. And 4-14, of course, nakikita natin. It's right on screen. 14-6, Team Spirit, but still, that's like 2 more rounds over Navi. So, that's already way better. 11-4, Fnatic over Endpoint. 11 rounds naku po, Navi, you might be in trouble, my friend. Pag natalo pa kayo dito, and na 2-0 ng Fnatic yung laro nila, tol, we might see Navi out of Pro League really, really early. I wouldn't say it's over na para dito sa Navi, right? Pero let's pretend na, Navi does lose yung series na to. I think after this event, I think long break talaga, pre. Kasi this is one of those events na you really need a long mental reset from. And I feel like sobrang stress na yata yung mga Navi players dito. Kasi this is really not the usual Navi na nakikita natin, that's for sure. Pero malay mo, di ba? The Navi magic is always there. And kailangan lang natin makita ang isang glimpse. Then malay mo makabalik nga tayo dito sa series natin. So let's not knock it yet.
Oh, simple. A good pick. We'll be able to tag 1-for-1 trade and Flopsy again. We'll be able to 2 players pero may trade para kay Electronic.
Good flash.
And Electronic again. And with that, B-side is open. Yun yung kailangan gawin nitong Navi just to go for that duel and win it. And NAP on the retake. Marami silang pera. They still have, actually, meron lang mga 1,000 pala. Ito si Kuya Broland. Pero si Rez, he have $3,000 in his bank. So they can still go for this retake if ever. Pero mukhang gusto nilang tapusin ito. Gusto nilang i-close out as early as possible. Since magtatangka atang mag-retake FC Kuya Broland. Pero that's with the pop flash. And he is giving info na nandito siya sa may ating cons area. Pero 2v3 situation, what can you do?
Yeah, pressure lang. I mean, that's all they can do dito sa B-side. I mean, simple. Doing the Zybo pare, pero sa kanya naman gumana at this point dito sa Inferno. Pinipilit niya yung banana na timing dito. He did get one, and that is the entry that they need. I think si Simple yat, I think yun yung switch up that they need. Right? Maybe Simple could be the entry para sa kanyang team. As for now, SDY fragging really good actually. 12 and 10 so far dito sa ating game. Positive KD para dito sa Navi. Plopsky trying to see if he can get something going. Pero perfect yung flash dito after that kill. Clearing the corner dito para sa Navi. Navi, 5 and 14, okay. Slowly but surely, malay mo makakabalik sila dito sa game. But at the same time, no op to be found yet para dito sa NIP, no? So, neither Res or si Esetag opting in para dun sa fast picks just yet. And Navi, 5 AG sila dito. So, best case scenario para sa kanila. Esetag!
Hello! Pero Plopsky may sagot agad siya. And Simple goes down with that 4v4 situation. And that is a good read. Coming in, taking down agad yung isang player nating NFP to try to open up dito nga sa ating banana area. Pero looks like Plopsky will be able to take them one again. And 2 players na ng NIP holding the fortress towards his B site, and looks like it's gonna be Samda Young to go for this lurk and possibly get the damage that they needed to try to make a comeback dito sa ating map number 1. Pero bomb drop towards this banana area is gonna be a 2v2 situation if everyone itatry pa rin nilang i-push out ito. Pero SDY, he needs to make a presence and make pressure towards his A site in order for Navi to get at least a little space to work with to get the bomb plan and possibly get this round. Pero looks like it's gonna be the A side push. 36 seconds on the clock remaining. Samda Young. And I'm not sure if alam niyo to, and that's gonna pop flash. Kaso nga lang hindi niya may spatan. Esu Kuya Roland, and he is standing in the open. Samda Young will be able to take down Bayres 2v4 situation.
Ooh, good Molly.
Siya dito. And wala na rin silang oras and Molly for the delay. And no choice na lang sila dito kundi tumakbo with their guns to try to save it out. Kaso nga lang Plopsky going for the hunt. I'm not sure if nakita niya na actually look at this, the map control. Hampus, nandito na rin siya towards this spawn area. Pero Navi, naku po, lucky Navi, hindi sila spatan pero match point tayo for NIP.
Yeah, Plopsky having a hell of a game dito sa Inferno, pare. I mean, he was exactly 1 KD dun sa last Inferno game nila, but this is a different story naman para dito sa Navi. 17 and 10 so far, holding it down para sa kanyang team dito sa B side and forcing Navi to just go A at this point. And ayan na, tumatawag na yata si Blade. Sabi niya, okay, ito na yung master plan namin. We go 2-1 Mirage next map, Overpass third map pare. Nakita naman natin Overpass nila tol, no? So alam natin kung gaano kagaling yung Navi dito sa Overpass. So maybe kaya nilang bumawi sa map number 2 and 3. Babawi ba sila sa map differential doon? But at the same time, it has to be Fnatic going third map. It has to be Team Spirit losing 0-2 doon sa Vitality. So ang daming kailangan mangyari para makabalik dito na Navi. Hopefully it does. Kasi Navi without not in playoffs tol, that's not the thing I want to see. Especially dito sa Pro League, man. We need to see simple sa playoffs at least. Pero it is gonna be up to the RNG gods pare para makita sila dito.
Oh, what a flick shot coming in for Perfecto. Grabe, ang layo ng crosshair placement niya pero somehow the flick to the head para kay Kumaplopsky. He goes down with that 4v5 situation. B-side is still not able to get into since 3 players nating NIP nag-hold na nga dito and it's all up to Brolan to defend this A-side dahil alam naman natin kung gaano kalakas yung frag potential nito ni Kuya Brolan. So, merong tiwala sa kanya yung NIP squad to try to defend this A-side on his own. Pero Perfecto, wag lang may inip si S16 dito sa Mating Banana area. Kundi, pwede siya mapitas. 4v5 situation, 46 seconds on the clock remaining. No info yet is being given for the side of NIP. Pero so far, lamang in terms of manpower ang ating Navi players with this SMG buy for Samdayang and Bit. Tingnan natin kung mag-workout nga ba to and try to make a comeback Navi. This is bad for you. What a pick. What a position coming for S16. Will give it ng Perfecto.
Ooh.
Pero again, Brolan trying to hold this A-side. Oh, will get the second frag with that spray transfer to the head of Electronic and Simple. And now, 5 seconds on the clock remaining. Navi losing this round. Pero somehow, naitanim pa nga the clutch plant coming in para kay Kuya mo Bit. And now, Eshetag. Oh my goodness. Winnable for Navi. Rez with this AWP. What can you do?
Save na lang to pre. Save na lang magagawa dito ni Rez. That's a sure ball play, no? Siguro kung may AK dito si Rez, he would have actually went for it. Hindi niya alam kung may tao ba sa pit or may nag-jump na sa pit dito. So instead, just gonna go back and Natus Vincere. Okay, holding on to dear life dito sa Inferno pare. Trying to see if they can get the map back. And ilang rounds na lang? 6, 9, mga 9 rounds pa bago pa sila makabalik dito. But I believe.
I think the luck is on the Navi side. I think that was 0.5 seconds to get the bomb plant. Pero somehow, Navi made it happen, made it work. 15-5, 15-6 actually. Navi 9 rounds away to tying up and possibly pushing this one into an overtime. Pero NIP medyo nag-struggle ata sila to close out this map number 1 natin. And a good pick coming for this kasi nga nang walang matatamaan with this AWP and all 4 players natin ng NIP. Eco round sila this time around. Pistols will be up. Deagle in the hands of Hampus with the Deagle. And P250 para kay Kuya Brolan and Eshetag.
I don't think that's the play, my friend.
Will siya. Kasi alam ata ng Navi na si Rez lang ang meron baril dito. Which is gonna be the ALB. So kailangan nilang masayang yung ma-miss shot nito ni Rez. Yung first shot niya para makapag-swarm yung players ng Navi dito. Pero looks like it's gonna be the B-side take. Molotov will be out. Smoke will be pop. Kaso nga wala pa ring flash whatsoever. That's gonna be the dry pick for you. Electronic goes down. Reza will get a second one, will get a third one. No, he won't. SDY will be able to Plopsy with that 3v4 situation. And Perfecto, what a pick, what a swing. And with that, that's gonna be the AWP down for the side of NIP.
Okay. Buti na lang, di pa nakapangatlo dun si Rez, pre. That was really hoping na si Rez, he would actually miss the op shot dito. But still, really good side take galing dito sa Navi. Kagaya nga na sinabong Ventus, they know that they don't have any weapons other than yung op. But it took them a bit para ma-counter nga ang play na yun. So, ayun nga. NIP Just gonna decide, exit frag na lang tayo dito. Mali mo, makuha pa nila yung dalawang AKs dito sa banana area. And si Brolan na andito pa nga sa may banana. Maybe he can even deny itong off ni Simple. Simple should start running.
Oh my goodness, Simple. One tap headshot. Pwede si Deagle kaso nga naman masyadong
no,
mataas yung kanya crosshair dito. And Brolan for the last on play. He will be able to take down one. And with that, SDY. Naku po, Hampus. Oh! What a play coming from
Makulit
these
si
both players.
Hampus. Makulit si Hampus, pare. Gusto niya pang kumuha ng isa doon. Pero grabe naman. Still, may off dito
Gusto
si
niya ata
Simple.
kunin yung off.
Oh, may off pa naman si Simple, no? Akala ko walang off si Simple going into the next round. Pero yun ang tactical timeout para dito sa NIP. Sure ball play galing sa side nila. Meron pa silang isang timeout dito. So baka gusto nilang gumawa ng isang plano. But Rez, if he did not miss itong third shot, pare, that would have been game over para dito sa NAVI.
Yup, tama nga dyan. And a good read. Some the young somehow taking down Hampus and very, very unfortunate. Pero still, 15-7. Navi slowly but surely trying to get back into the game. But I think medyo late. Pero so far, so good. They have the momentum in their favor. And NIP still struggling to close out this map number 1 against Navi. Look at the buy. Wala silang pera. They only have pistols with some utilities. And the Mag 7 para kay Kuya mo Hampus. Let's see kung mag-workout nga ba yung ganitong klaseng buy. Pero Perfecto will try to get the banana control dito. Rez gets tagged. Down to 6 HP. 5v5 pa naman tayo kahit papano. No collateral, no damage. For these both players natin. This is ating banana area. Pero Navi medyo nag-ingat pa rin sila dahil merong last on potential ang ating NIP. With this kind of buy, they have the Deagles, they have the 5-7, they have the utility, and kailangan nila mag-abang sa papasukan ng Navi players if ever man. Pero that's gonna be a good date. Actually, Rez goes down. Naabus ka pa. Pero still, 4v5 situation. Lamang in terms of manpower ang ating Navi. Samda Young will try to get the info that they needed dito sa ating apartments area. Pero I like this play for Navi. They are still careful for the NIP players natin dahil pwede pa rin sila makakuha ng free rifle upgrade. Pero Hampus will miss that shotgun shot. Masyadong malayo yung kanyang pagputok doon. And with that 3v5 situation, 24 seconds on the clock remaining, Navi looking towards this A site. And walang bantay dito whatsoever for the side of NIP. And makakapasave na lang ibang players natin NIP dito. Pero Navi so far, a clean 3 rounds actually for the Navi players natin and possibly getting that momentum. Pero NIP still struggling. Let's hope on this next buy now they have enough buy to go for these guns. They can buy for the M-Force and possibly AWP. I'm really not sure if they have enough economy. Actually, Brolan can buy the AWP. Pero let's see if they can still hold their defense against the Navi players natin dahil so far 7 rounds away ang Navi natin into pushing this one out into an overtime.
Pwede pa naman. Oo. Pwede pa OT. 8:15. Yan, natapos na nga yung Vitality game. So, nalagpasan nila yung nalagpasan nila yung Spirit in terms of the round differential dito. Ay na, naglagay na nga si Timo ng dito. Pag 2-0 NIP, ano ba? 2-0 NIP, Vitality 2-0, Fnatic 2-0, 2-1. Laglag Navi, laglag Spirit, pasok NIP. Pwede pa pala NIP dito. So, maybe. Just maybe. Ooh.
Yep, that's a big maybe. Pero so far, medyo nagiging realistic na for the side of NIP dahil they are 1 round away to closing out this map number 1. Simple will try to get the pick that he needed dito. Kaso walang perfecto. With that perfect swing, will be able to return plus 3 and may trade agad para ko yung may S tag. And here comes the rotate for the side of Navi. 4v4 situation, Electronic low in HP, down to 41, pero Rez still holding with his AWP. This yung ating mid area. And actually, I'm not sure if narinig niya na maraming footsteps yung tumawid towards mid area natin, pero a good read. Since naka-hold pa rin siya towards this moto. Pero Brolan, the man for NIP, that's going a good pick for you. And SDY, may trade agad pa nga siya dito. Pero Rez, oh my goodness, what a pick. What a flick. And bomb drop towards this A short natin to be picked up by Electronic. 3v2 situation in terms of manpower, lamang na lamang ang ating NIP. So they can still work something out. Since low on HP na, ito si Kuya Electronic and Simple can only hold one angle. Wala silang flash. Actually, there goes the flash. Hampos with that double kill, and with that NIP, instant wipe agad yung remaining two players ng Navi with that one flash. Oh my goodness.
Damn. Grabe naman si Rez. Isang hagis lang dun sa flash. Bulagid dalawang members ng Navi dito. Tapos si Hampos had to make sure he had to defuse yung bomba na nandito sa site. And not celebrate too early, my friend. Pero yun na nga, stellar game para dito sa NIP to close it out up against Navi. Took them a bit. 16-8 nga yung score natin. 16-6 ang nakuha dito ng Vitality. So NIP, dream is alive. Para sa side nila, tignan ko ulit yung scenario. So it has to be Vitality 2-0, Fnatic 2-0, or 2-1 para makapasok yung NIP dito. So the dream is still alive para dito sa Ninjas. So definite chance para makabalik nga sila dito sa ating playoffs. So NIP, I mean, taking care of things dito sa first map natin, definitely a clean one as we expected galing dito sa NIP. It is their map pick, so ayun nga, a pretty clean Inferno kumpara sa nakita natin nung isang araw. But Navi, I think I wouldn't say sobrang deflated na ng confidence nila, no, but the past few series is not in really them para dito sa Navi. So yeah, it's been a rough one. It's been a rough go para dito sa Navi, to say the least. But map number 2 is gonna be Mirage, pare. So maybe yun talaga, if all else fails para dito sa Navi, we go Mirage, tapos skill check na lang kung sino yung mas magaling talaga na tunay dito sa CSGO. Kasi Mirage talaga ang tunay na tester kung magaling ka talaga sa laro na to or hindi. And NIP, I mean, not the best history, no, pagdating dito sa Mirage. They know how to play it. I think especially with the form na meron si Rez ngayon, no, on that op, I think kaya niyang tapatan siguro si Simple dito for that mid control. So tignan natin. I mean, 67%, 12 maps para dito sa Navi in Mirage. Experience and wins on that team. Para naman sa NIP, 7 maps, so may experience sila, but 29% win rate. Not the best, pero kung makuha nga natin yung NIP na nakita natin kanina, Rez opping like he's crazy, Plopsky on that consistent anchor, Prolan doing entries para sa kanyang team, Hampus doing Hampus things, and itong si Esitag being that stable rock para sa kanyang team. Then NIP, malay mo, maybe we can see the 2-0.
Yep, and guys, this is still the official Filipino broadcast of ESL Pro League Season 16, brought available by Postfire Gaming, The Army, and of course, Rivalry. We'll be taking a very, very short break. Pagbalik natin, more CSGO action tayo between Navi and NIP, so don't go away.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NAVI, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Samda Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get base to like 5 maps with that fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here, in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had a big question mark next to Spinks because, I mean, he is a star player, for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one it might be way harder because now they are kind of not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian offer, and this AES team is just living to its name, proving that they're so great at producing young offers, young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe the UK scene, because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So I wonder how will this duo do.
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zywoo do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NAVI and NIP, to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Like a big question mark next to Spinks because, I mean, he is a star player, like for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can...
And ayun, hello and welcome back to the official Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Ako nga pala si Ziki Frog, kasama ko si Ventus. Game number 2 na tayo sa ating best of 3 NIP versus Natus Vincere. Of course, bago kami pumasok and dive into the analysis, bet muna tayo sa Rivalry, ang ating main sponsor of the Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. And isipin ko nga. Okay. Feeling ko kung ano man yung sasabihin ko direct, gawin mo yung opposite. Tara, bet na lang tayo, Navi. Map number 2 tayo dito, pare. Oh, ayan. Ignore yung odds kasi that's kind of sus. Pero yun na nga, it seems like Navi, tignan natin kaya ba nila umabot dito sa map number 2, pare. And feeling ko kaya nila. Para sa akin kaya nila kasi Mirage tol eh. I mean Mirage, kung natalo pa yung Navi dito, then talon-talon na pala sila. Oops, I almost forgot pala i-plug. Of course, Rivalry.com/WXC for up to $200 deposit bonus and up to 10k PHP kung nasa Pilipinas ka. So if magbabet kayo dito sa ESL Pro League Season 16, especially sa game na to, make sure you use the best betting website in the world, of course, supporting yung Filipino broadcast palagi, Rivalry.com. Pero yun na nga, back to my point. Pag natalo pa yung Navi dito sa Mirage, pare, then it is a bad tournament para sa side nila. It is a bad showing.
There are signs na sa early pa lang netong nating group stage na they came up very, very having a bad games dito sa ating group stage. Pero kagaya sabi mo, Mirage map, dito talaga magkakasubuan kung malupit talaga sila sa CSGO. Pero the same time, NIP sa pinapakita nila, they're on a roll, they are on fire against the Navi players natin, and Navi players still tulog coming into the series for the past, I think 3 series nata silang tulog or 2 series, pero still there's still a chance na makapasok pa ang Navi and magstay sa ating group and coming to the playoffs, pero we'll see dito sa ating map number 2.
Map number 2, man. It's gonna be the real decider, to say the least. Nakita natin, Inferno map, Rez popping off with the op. Plopsky having himself a hell of a game, that's for sure. He started things hot really early, which is really good news kung nasa CT or nasa T-side ka kasi Plopsky, of course, one of the best anchors para sa kanyang team. And pwede mo nga siya, kagaya na nakita natin, you can just put him on one side and he's gonna defend the hell out of it. And yun nga, I mean, as if the rest can just play yung kanilang role talaga na Esitag, if he can just play the rock of the team, then pwede pa yun. Rez, of course, up. Then Brolan, the aggressive angler para sa kanyang team. No? Always forward, looking for that first pick, looking for that 4v5 always, kahit nasa city side sila. Pero Navi men, daming kailangan maging tama sa kanila. Perfecto, of course, has been the one consistent player for the past few series para dito sa Navi. And Perfecto, always showing up kung kailangan siya dito. Always the one with positive numbers pagdating sa mga games, and he can really be an impact player, especially pagdating dito sa Mirage, considering he's one of the important riflers. He could be the support para dito kay SDY. Maybe they can switch things up. Usually siya kaya lurker para sa kanyang team. But I think this is now the time para mag-entry dito si SDY. I know he had a hell of a game last game, pero kailangan yung combo nilang dalawa yung magsa-start dito ng push ng Navi. And pag hindi yun nangyari and Simple does not pop off with the op, then bad news para dito sa side ng Navi, to say the least.
Yep, tama nga dyan. And with this map, tignan mo naman, win rate percentage ng NIP, they have 28% out of 7 games. Meanwhile, Navi, very, very strong win rate. They have total of 66 out of 12 games. So, actually, really, in terms of experience-wise, win rate, mas mataas ang Navi. Pero we'll see kung tulog pa rin yung players nating Navi natin dito. And especially, Young, medyo uminit siya late sa ating Inferno up, no? And Simple not hitting the shots, the crucial shots that he needed. Pero hopefully, coming to this map, Navi players will be able to go online. At least 4 of them needs to go online. Dahil hindi kaya ng 1 or 2 players lang ng Navi to carry them.
Yeah. Especially nakita natin kanina, no? I mean, online naman si Electronic, online naman si Perfecto. That's 2 players. Tapos, ayun nga, na-counter sila agad dito. Like, NIP, na si Hampus, nag-iisip agad. Let's just go on the other side of the map. Pag nandun si Perfecto, then punta na lang tayo sa A. Kung nandun si Electronic sa A, lipat na lang tayo dito sa B. Tapos, Perfecto, he can kill 2, pero nakaswarm pa rin sila sa site. And NIP is so good at converting yung 3v4s na nakikita natin dun sa site defense nila, na nahihirapan talaga ang Navi pagdating sa mga ganun situations, pagbalik nga lang dito sa site. Pero Mirage can really be a different story. Considering na it's Mirage.
Yep, and with that, let's head into the pistol round. P50 in the hands of Rez. No dual Barretta whatsoever, and the Navi squad, they only have 1 smoke and 1 flash to work with. Looks like it's gonna be the mid control for these both teams. And NIP Brolan, nakita mo natin time and time again, maingit siya dito, kaso ng double pick is there for Navi. With Electronic, will be able to take him down. And Esitag, this is a good boost for him. Will be able to trade him bit just like that. 1-for-1 trade ang nangyari dito sa ating mid area. And still 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock remaining. Marami pang oras yung Navi natin to go for this entry pick. Kaso nga lang narinig ata yung footsteps ni Esitag, ni Kuya mo Electronic. Pero I'm not sure if alam niya na meron ng tao sa may ating ladder room area. So he will just reposition himself all the way to their spawn area in Electronic. Still, the patience from NIP players. Walang nag-overcommit, walang nag-overrotate. 2 players sana lang magbabantay. Actually, 3 players na ang nagbabantay sa ating P-site. This could be a good read coming in for the side of NIP with 38 seconds on the clock remaining. Navi needs to make something happen, and they need to do it now. They are slowly running out of time, pero here comes the play. Here comes the rush. At with pa nga, yung ibang players dito, Plups will get on 2 players and just denying the entry ng Navi. And just like that, it's all up to Electronic and SDY. 3v2 situation, bomb drop. Dito sa ating site, what can you do? Electronic trying to check every corner he can pero kailangan niya ng tulong with his teammate and Rez will be able to take him down just like that. It's all up to Sam Dayang to go for this clutch and the spray. And Prey will be able to rin Plopsky kaso nga lang 2 seconds. Paglalaro na niya siya ng players ng NIP. And with that,
no
a
money
clean
too,
round
bro.
for NIP.
Ah.
Yup, naubusan yung oras and no bomb plant. So, broken economy.
That's tough. Para dito sa Navi, man. But at the same time, Plopsky, continuing yung ginagawa na dun sa last game. Just being that anchor para sa kanyang team. Dito sa B-side, exact same story from Inferno transferred on to Mirage. That USP play, really important na prevent niya yung dalawang players para makagawa ng masyado madaming damage dito sa B-side. And ayun nga, crisis averted para dito sa NIP. I wouldn't say it's a good start, especially na walan sila ng control dito sa B-short super early, which is what you don't want, especially sa pistol round. But it seems like na control nila yung situation agad with the rotations. Not just that, Plopsky, yun nga, with that USP pare, really hard to counter. SDY, masyado yatang malayo. I think he was still looking for the flank, pero masyado na yatang late para dun sa Navi.
Yep, and with that Navi force buying, Perfecto will have the scout in his hands and Simple will have the Galil and the Tech Knights para kay Kuya Mabit. Pero tignan natin kung magkakaroon nga ba ng miracle itong ganitong klaseng buy for the side of Navi. Pero looks like it's gonna be the Farmville for the side of NIP. Tignan mo naman, they have the triple SMG set up to go for this economy farm if ever. Pero meron na mga Galil ay M4 para kay Kuya Mares. Pero with that, Brola will be able to return Simple using this FAMAS. Just like that, mapipick up pa nga ni Sam Dayang yung rifle kahit papano. Pero all players ng ating Navi now looking up to entry towards this A side, checking every corner can. And a good spray down para kay Kuya Mabit. Nakuha niya kagad yung ulo ni Kuya Mares. Kaso nga lang Brolan is there. Will be able to return one. And may trade agad para kay Kuya Mabit. Pero 2v3 situation, NIP. Oh my goodness, perfect. What is that shot out of nowhere? Will be able to take the head. 1v3, Hampus and the Dream. Pero mga nga Navi, hindi na nila i-hunt down yung last player nating NIP.
Ako, bit carry mode. Pwede ba natin makita dito sa Mirage? Could be a possibility. 3k already. Picked up an M4 para sa kanya. Hampus. Baka exit frags. I think yung best case scenario para dito kay Hampus is if he can get yung if he can get the Galil off of SDY's hands, is that he does. That could be good news. Meron na siyang at least rifle going into the next round. But I think he was really hoping na si Bit yung magpipick sa kanya dito kasi yung M4 talaga mahirap ibigay to this very young player, very very young rifler na kaya niyang gumawa ng mga ganitong type ng play. So Bit, could you carry, men? Ang pangalan ng Navi pabalik dito sa Mirage natin. Titignan pa natin, that's for sure. 1-1. NIP, of course, starting things sa CT side, which is really good news to say the least kasi ito kaya mas strong side nila pagdating dito sa Mirage. 75% win share according sa stats natin dito sa HLTV. So, lot of reliance dito sa ating CT side. And nag-force buy pa nga yung NIP dito. So, sinagot nila yung force buy ng Navi with their own force buy. Really interesting answer galing dito sa NIP. So, pag na-2-1 pa nga dito, bad position ng Navi dito in terms of the economy. So, ma-force sila mag-eco. Not just that, yung baril ng NIP is really good for anti-eco as well.
Yep, tama ka dyan. And that, hamang play for picks lang. Ang ating Navi players, kailangan alagaan yung kanilang rifle buy. Pero meron namang Mach 10 para kay Kuya Mo Electronic. Pero at the same time, NIP, kailangan nila mag-hold ng kanilang mga respective angles in order for them to get the picks that they needed. Dahil ang hirap ng force buy na to Esitag will only have the Deagle in his hands. Pero there you have it. Reyes, naspatan pa niya. Ito si Kuya Mo beat down to 15 HP. Could have been the takedown sana. And that's gonna be the AK sana. Pero still, manageable pa rin naman for the side of Navi. 5v5 pa rin tayo kahit paano with 40 seconds on the clock remaining. Here comes the play. I think it's gonna be the A side take, A side push utilities is being popped dito and bro lang sinewan lang niya yung pag-crouch network yung Musam Dayang pero Esetag NIP just denying the entry point ng ating Navi with this buy and now it's all up to beat down to 15 HP. What can you do? Kailangan mo lang save yung iyong AK dahil wala kang pera whatsoever. You only have $650 in your bank. Pero this is a good frag coming in, just denying the save para kay Kuya Mohampos. With that, mapapasave na lang si Kuya Bit.
And you know, recently lang nag-pick up ulit ng snipers itong si Rezno. But it seems like he hasn't not lost a touch pagdating nga sa mga snipers na yun with the op and with the scout. 2K para sa kanya. So nabawian pa nga ang Navi dito in terms of the force buy, but they're gonna decide to buy up dito sa third round. So we're gonna have a lot of really low buys para lang makahanap ng sagot ang Navi dito. But still, tignan mo naman yung buy dito ng NIP. M4s galore plus the FAMAS. So in terms of anti-force buys para dito sa NIP, that's pretty good. Problema nga lang, Deagles can really change the tide really quickly pag nakakuha nga sila ng tamang 1 dig lang. Pero if ma-prevent yun ng NIP, then pwede pa. But I like this push galing sa NIP, no? Confirming na walang B-side push na mangyayari, at least galing sa apartment side, and they can open things up dito sa mid if they want to go for picks.
Yep, and pwede pa nilang ma-flank yung players ng Navi players dito. Pero kaso nga lang na pitas ka agad si Kuya Brolan, pero mitad agad para kay Mohampos with this push from this apartments area. And Navi na-even up nila yung kanilang manpower kahit papano. And simple, nasty one-tap headshot agad para kay Mesitag. 3v4 situation. They're slowly but surely trying to gain control towards his A site, and it's all up to Rez to defend this one on his own. And tamang wallbang lang. Tignan mo naman. 3v3. And Flopsky, the flank of the century, will be able to take down 2 players. And Electronic will find one as well. 1v2 situation. It's all up to Electronic to go for this clutch. Pero mukhang it's gonna be the B-side to take. This could be a good read for Electronic. And not rotating.
Oh, he hits it.
Not rotating towards this city spawn air natin since madali lang siya mapipick off. And a good rotate coming in for Electronic. 1v2 situation. Merong kit ang ating remaining 2 players ng ating NIP. Which is gonna be Flopsky and Rez. And they also have the utilities. They have 1 flash, 1 smoke, and 1 Molotov to work with. Pero kailangan lang kunin.
They have a molly. Hindi ko molly na nila agad yan.
Kaso wala ata silang info sa magtatago experiment. Although it's planted for the short area natin. And there you have it, Rez.
Dang. Okay. Grabe naman, Rez. I mean, he switched from the scout papunta dito sa M4 para, and he's still popping heads. Para dito kay Rez. That's just how good of a player he is. Esetag, of course, does not know the classic rules of simple. Even though medyo downturn ngayon yung Navi, you don't crouch peek simple, especially pag meron kang FAMAS, and that doesn't kill him instantly. Gets dinged in the face, but still a really good flank galing dito kay Flopsky, no? I mean, the NIP with the timing in their hands dito sa A side, really just sitting down itong Navi for the past few rounds. And perfecto, not gonna hit with the dig, and I think magpa-farm lang yung ninjas dito sa round na to.
Yep, and update, Vitality leading by 1-0 against Team Spirit, and now they have 7-5 scoreline. Pero as of now, equal run tayo for the side of Navi. Deagles will be out. Low on HP na agad etong si Electronic at saka si Perfecto. They have 1 smoke to work with in order for them to get into the site, and that is gonna be used towards this connector to cover up the vision ng the NIP players natin. And Hampos, he's passed down simple, and kunti-kunti na nalalagas yung buhay ng Navi players. Oh my goodness, what a pick coming in for Bit. Will be able to take down Hampos, pero simple trying to get the smoke criminal dito sa may ating connector air natin, and will be able to ng Brolan, and walang backup whatsoever, pero somehow Esetag managed to take down 1, and simple going online, getting the 2 frags, and A site is open. It's all up to Rez and Flopsky again to go for this retake, and this time around lugi sila in terms of manpower. And meron din silang utility, 1 splash and 1 smoke to work with. And meron silang kit. So, still, winnable pa rin naman for side of NFP kung gusto nila. Kaso nga lang, the spray is gonna be easy for the side of Navi. There you have it. Simple will be able to on the Flopsky. Kaso nga lang, Res will get a 2 frags. Hello? Pros don't fake.
Oh, yun
Oh
lang.
my goodness.
What a force spy galing dito sa side ng Navi. Just taking over the entire map despite the lack of weapons na meron sila dito. Deagles lang on some of the players but a bit reckless. Galing dito sa NIP, not gonna lie. I mean, these are the right decisions. Galing dito kay Rez, but some really good shots. Galing dito kay Bit. Bit starting to heat up dito sa ating game. So they're gonna start to worry itong Ninjas. And especially pagdating sa Mirage, and those few victories can really give momentum dito sa Navi pare. That could quickly set them back or get them back in the game itself. Pero I think papa-timeout dito yung NIP. Yeah, that's a good timeout, my friend. Kahit wala silang mabibili dito sa round na to. Force by galing sa NIP. I don't really like yung choice na yan to say the least. No? I think now is the time to go for ecos. Force by is not really the best scenario para sa side nila. Pero I think they're trying to strike itong Navi habang mababa pa ang kanilang economy dito. So, no ecos happened yet. And it is already 6 rounds in dito na sa ating second map, that's for sure. So, neither team really wants to give an edge dito sa kabila. And at the same time, pag nagawa pa nga ito ng NIP itong force buy, then tignan mo naman, AKs galore pwede nila makuha dito. And another
good boost!
Oh, good boost! It's dead! Wala silang visual control.
Yup, and the deny agad. Para sa mid control, para kay Kuya Marez, kaso nga lang Electronic will be able to take him down. And from behind, SDY, masyadong naging aggressive yung NIP players natin. Only getting that 1 kill, which is gonna be Bit. And now 2v4 situation, Plopsky and Brola na lang. They can still hope for the best na makakuha sila ng last on play. And possibly getting a free rifle upgrade kahit papano. Pero in terms getting this AWP in the hands of Simple, I'm not sure if Simple will allow it. Pero so far, Electronic, tamang hold lang siya for this mid. And the wide swing, a good pick and a good timing again. For Electronic, it's all up to Plopsky, and Simple now has the angle towards his nest area.
Simple's gonna go hunting. So nag-switch sila ng up dito. Mag-ano na lang dito. Game time na lang si Mr. Electronic, possibly sa B-side kasi kailangan na nila mag-plant. Just a reminder, nasa T-side sila so they can't save that one despite numbers advantage na meron sila dito. And yun na nga, I mean, just like I said, Ventus, I don't think now is the time para gumawa ng force buy itong NIP pare. Kasi we're already 6 rounds in. Tapos maghahanap pa kayo ng force buy dito. I think
Goodness, Plopsky, nakalasan pa nga ng isa.
I mean, that's good. Pero tignan mo naman ang economy na NIP. They're gonna go eco next round anyways. Pero I think the guns dito sa side ng Navi are already too good para ma-counter pa ng force buy dito. I think if good for 2 yung underpass play nila doon, I think that would have worked still. Kaso, ayun nga, SDY, knowing entirely that this could possibly happen para dito sa NIP, just going under, making sure na meron silang control dito sa bottom mid. And as soon as that happened, I mean, wala na talagang hope para sa round na yun.
Yep, and NIP, meron silang rounds to give. They have the advantage earlier. Kaya siguro nag-force buy rin sila. And possibly, this is the round for Navi. Finally, taking back the lead for against NIP. Since, tingnan mo naman, walang kahit anong utility whatsoever. There is no hope for NIP coming into this round. And SDY, Samda Young will be able to hit on Brolan just like that. 4v5 situation. Re-smoke is up for this connector area. Pero the USP damage, parang kagat lang ng langgam eh. Pero Bit, ako po, will be able to Plopsky just like that. 3v5 situation, hindi na to i-retake ng NIP. No chance, nada for NIP. Oh! Simple missing that shot. Pero recovered. Akala ko mapapanish doon pa nga economy nating Navi players. Pero no.
4-3. Okay. Navi finally Nakakuha na sila ng lead in this series kahit papano. Mirage is really the time for them to step up para makakuha sila ng momentum, especially going into Overpass. Overpass is gonna be so key pagdating sa series na to for them to get back into this group stage. Simple, of course. No longer too cold dito sa ating mapa. Now activating with the open. Roland's dead. Naku po, wala na silang mid-control. Oh!
What a frags coming in for Electronic. And samahan pa ng top ni Simple, and with that, Navi players just going online and dominating NIP on their first gun round after their eco. And Rez, hope for the best na makapag-save siya, pero mukha tang gusto mag-hunt ng Navi players natin, especially si Electronic. He have $7,000 in his banks. In his bank, he can go for this hunt if he wants. Pero makakot off-guard niya ata si Rez dito. Naku po.
Yeah, this is the Navi that we know, pare. I mean, yung mga ganun na plays, that's just classic Navi. Electronic just running up mid. Turn around pa dito sa B-Shore to get that kill. Really nice for them to get that. Rez? That's tough. Nakuha na si Perfecto though. So, doesn't matter kasi tingnan mo naman yung economy dito ng Navi. But this is what we want to see galing kay Electronic, man. Pushing that mid control, pressuring constantly, especially dito sa Mirage where mid control is king para dito sa Navi for that initial setup. And if we can see more of that, then NIP are gonna have a bit of trouble dito sa ating city side. And yun na nga, Vitality. Okay. 9-6 Spirit. Oh, yeah, this is rough para sa Spirit, man. This is looking better para sa Navi, worse for Spirit.
Spirit, pero 3 rounds lang naman. Pero tignan natin kung makabawi pa sila sa ating next half. Pero let's head back into the game. Electronic again with this entry frag will be able to unplop. He will get on 2 players. And NIP, medyo nasa-shutdown na sila netong Navi coming to this map number 2 natin dahil Navi, they know how to play this Mirage map and they have all the strat that they can bring out against the NIP players. Rez, what? How did Bit lose that duel against the P250? Pero somehow, Electronic again for the finish. Electronic going online. Look at the frags. 11 frags na siya on the board, leading the charge for the Navi.
And 6-3 NIP. Ay naka, Rez. That's what you need to do, my friend. You need to buy the op and get mid control. You need to kill Electronic bago pa siya makagawan. Masyado madami dito Electronic. Really thinking if he's gonna do the exact same push dito sa middle. Pero I don't think yun yung plano niya at the moment. I don't think he has the spawn for it. So I think mag-chill lang siya with the rest of the team. Assign Bit na lang dito sa apartments to go under. Then pupunta sila sa A eventually. But NIP, they need a miracle play galing dito kay Esitag. They need multiple kills on that one CT para gumana ang kanilang defense ulit dito. Navi, out of control na ang kanilang momentum dito and they need an instant stop galing dito sa NIP, pare. Pero pag natalo sila dito, they still have solid 3 more buys. So a lot to do para dito sa NIP, pare.
Yep, and if NIP loses this one, another eco round tayo. Reset economy na naman tayo for the side of NIP and possibly Navi stretching out their lead against the NIP. Pero Broland, this is a cheeky angle for him. Will be able to reload Esitag. Kaso nga lang, Broland will get the second frag. Oh my goodness. Navi just getting shot down as they're trying to enter towards this A-site bomb drop pa nga in the open. And Rez, andito na rin siya toward the city spawn area with his AWP. Kasi with the pop flash, kaso nga the pick is not gonna be enough for perfect. Hindi matatiming dito si Rez, and Rez will be able to SDY just like that. It's all up to Perfecto and the Dream, and Rez again going online. Finally, NIP finding their rhythm.
Yeah, I like yung ginawa dito ni Esitag, no? Kahit wala siya nakuha dito sa site, I think the amount of delay that he made really gave space para dito kay Broland para pumasok dito sa may bench through the smoke into the firebox area to get the damage first and then the kill after. Pero Rez, watching that cross the entire time, and grabe naman yun. The op is what they need. And yun na nga yung sinasabi ko, Rez on that AWP all weekend has been really, really stellar para sa kanyang team. And this could be the key for NIP to get back into this. Pero timeout agad si Blade dito. He does not want this to get out of control para sa kanyang team. So he's gonna spend the timeout para ma-rehash yung plan dito ng Navi. Habang mataas pa ang kanilang economy, they really want to keep it that way, especially habang mababa pa ang buy dito ng NIP or rather yung kanilang bank. 2.2k para sa mga ibang players. So if matatalo sila sa round na to, it's gonna be an eco either way. And Navi?
Double up setup.
Hampus with the up. I don't know about that one, brother, pero sige.
Possibly since medyo unlucky yata siya sa rifle, pwede niya itry yung luck niya dito sa AWP since usually ganun kasi. Oh my goodness, Rez! Masyado siyang aggressive towards this bottom mid area natin. Will be able to take him down by bit. Pero perfecto, nakalusot na nga rin kaagad sila towards this B-short area natin and sasalubungin ni Hampus yung 3 players ng Navi. Kailangan i-isolate yung remaining players ng Navi dito. Kaso nga lang, hindi nagpapakita yung nasa apartments area natin and now it's all up to Brolan and Esitag against the remaining 4 players ng Navi and that is a very, very expensive round loss for NIP.
Good reaction as well. Galing sa NIP pre, ay sa Navi pre, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't think alam ng Navi that it was a double up setup. I think sabi nila, okay, let's rush B. Tignan natin anong pwede mangyari. Rez, big mistake galing sa kanya, no? Not gonna lie. I think if magdo-double up kayo dito, one guy is gonna, or both of you are gonna be the main anchors ng team nyo. But I think they had a different idea para dito sa NIP. Rez, hindi niya alam yat. I think he should know na meron ng dalawang tao dito sa B short. So now is not really the time to go for that bottom mid play. Great anticipation galing dito sa Navi and NIP. All they can save dun sa round na yun is just 1 M4 dito sa kamay ni Brolan and nothing else. So it needs to be another sick play galing sa isang player. Galing dito ng NIP para malipat ulit sa kanila ang momentum ng round. But yun nga, wala silang baril going into the next round. So this is gonna be a tough one. Second timeout spent para dito sa NIP. Navi. Natus a good call. Galing kay Blademan. Not gonna lie. I mean, timeout agad. Since natalo tayo doon and habang mataas pa yung economy natin, let's execute a plan immediately na pwedeng mag-sure win sa atin dito and malagay yung NIP into a really bad place economically ulit.
Yep, and a good read coming in for Navi. Actually, bad buy yun for the side of NIP and very, very expensive round lost. So I'm not sure what is NIP thinking of as of this moment, although they have the series lead with a 1-0. Pero hindi nila pwedeng pabayaan yung Navi na magkaroon ng momentum and uminit dahil pwede pa, there's still a chance for NIP to get back into these playoffs, qualifying for playoffs. Pero kailangan nilang alagaan itong kanilang series lead na to. Roland will only have the M4 in his hands and upgraded pistols lang for the other players ng ating NIP, and with that Roland will be able to round simple. That's gonna be the AWP gun for the side of Navi, pero I'm not sure if he mapipick up pa nga to. I think kaya pa naman i-pick up kahit pa paano. Meron naman silang utility na pwedeng iba to cover up the vision ng ating NIP players, pero Electronic nakapag-push out na nga siya towards this nest area. Pwede niya ma-cut off, pwede nagbabatay towards his jungle kung hindi mag-iingat, which is gonna be Brolan. Pero bit, tingnan natin he picked up the AWP. Let's see if he can do something about this one. Kaso nga lang, he will miss that 180 flick. That is a AWP drop, and Brolan just doing the job for NIP, and konti-konti na nang lelalason yung players ng Navi, and that's going to be the free AWP para kay Hampus. And a Brolan again. Oh my goodness, Rez from behind. And that is the eco round for NIP.
Well played. Galing dito sa NIP pare, not gonna lie Great flash galing dito kay Brolan, knowing na may mga players na nakapush dito sa may B-short area natin. Natus that a bit reckless. Dito sa pag-peek dito ng B-short pare, parang sure na sure siya na walang tao dito sa gilid, but NIP is on force, or NIP is on force/eco, so dapat alam mo talaga that they're gonna go for a very, very risky play. And ayun na nga, unfortunately, Navi could not read that in time. A big mistake galing sa side nila. And I think that's Vitality screaming on the other side. They're trying to get some energy back, just like Navi, pero perfecto, very aggressive.
Ang bilis
Balas.
Nakalusot na agad siya towards our elder natin. And Brolan will be able to take down 2 players agad ng Navi. Pero may trade agad para kay Electronic and Bit going online as well. 2v3 situation. A side is up for grabs. And Plopsky, he gets spotted down towards the city spawn air natin. And Hampus, kailangan niyang alagaan yung AWP. Marami naman silang utility kahit papano. Pero this is the round of Navi.
Stay na lang sa short dito si Hampus. Nakaka na magagawa at that point.
Yep, and Electronic. Masyadong mabilis yung kanyang pag-entry all the way to this hell area natin, getting that crucial entry frag. Oh my goodness, Hampus. Masyadong kumukulit si Kuya Electronic. Oo, mainit ka, pero hindi ka Diyos.
Pansin ko, it's the exact same op na nawala sa kamay ni Bit kanina. So, parang wala nangyari dun sa round na yun. Brolan trying his best once again. Pero Bit, Electronic, and not just this perfecto with that perfect entry dito sa ating site. And some flying Navi members na nakikita natin dito. Really surprising. Ang double op setup na naman ng NIP. I think double op, Hampos hitting really good shots. Not gonna lie. But I think it's time to pass it to Esitag, pare.
And look at this res with the 16 frags on the board for the side of NIP. And 2 rounds away tayo into closing out this first half. And Navi, they need to stretch their lead kung gusto pa nilang mag-comeback dito sa ating series. Dahil NIP slowly getting their momentum and getting the hang against Navi this ating Mirage map. And Esitag din naman a good off angle kagad siya towards his Palace area. It's gonna be between Esitag versus Perfecto. Pero this time around, hindi masyadong maasim si Perfecto, trying to push out and trying to entry for his team. Dahil play for picks ang sagot ng Navi dahil masyado silang naging aggressive. And possible na nakapag-adjust na nga yung NIP players dito. And marami naman silang utility kahit papano to work with in order for them to get into the site. Pero so far, 48 seconds on the clock remaining and Brolan got caught off guard. This is my connector area and Esitag as well, just like that. Navi players slowly dominating NIP players dito sa ating round number 14. And Simple getting that aggressive pick para kay Kuya Moplovsky. Pero Rez will try to save this game. Oh my goodness, Hampus! Through the smoke, will get the head, and that's going to be the deny plant for you. And now it's all up to Rez to defend this A site on his own. Trying to delay as much as he can, pero against 3 players ng Navi, there's nothing much you can do with your AWP.
Yeah, you should go for it. You should go for it. Alam, parang something to change the pace para dito sa NIP. Maybe a try for a clutch, pero yun na nga, Rez just gonna keep his up in his hands, pare. Nakita naman natin how capable he is on that AWP, pero I don't know, man. I mean, every time na gustong gumawa dito ni Esitag sa may Palace area, he gets countered. And not really the best news para sa kanya. Rez gonna get spotted dito sa B. He's gonna get hunted down. Oh, pero Rez.
Oh my goodness.
Too fast, too quick. Channeling his inner Draken, pare. Dito sa ating game. And tatago na lang siya dito. 9-5. NIP still has a very healthy buy. Pwede pa mag-drop dito ng M4 si Rez. So, pwede pa. Pero yung mga plays na ginagawa nila dito, inahanap sila na Navi.
Yep, 1-for-1 picks. And NIP just losing the duels. And I'm not sure kung bakit nag-reposition pa si Esitag. Possibly, nakaramdam siya na 2 players ng ating Navi will try to push out toward this Palace area natin. Pero at least he could have gotten at least 1. Napakaraming flash naman noon ang ibinato dito sa may ating A site. Pero so far, no commitment yet. No push is going to be executed by the Navi players. Play for picks again. This time around, Brolan. Pwede niya makot offward si Bit dito. Pero I think narinig niya ata yung footsteps na meron nag-lurk towards this connector area. And 5v5 nonetheless. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock remaining. This is the last round of our first half. And there you have it, Bit will be able to take down Esitag. And just like that, Esitag, masyado siyang malamig. Tignan mo naman, he only have 3 frags on the board. 3 frags, 13 deaths. And it's all up to Rez again to anchor this A site. And mukha na magkakaroon pa nga ng flank para kay Kuya Mohampus. Oh my goodness, simple. What a play coming from this guy. Will get that second frag as well. And just like that, it's all up to Hampus. Switching up to this AK and the check from SDY with that NAVI. Getting this 5 rounds lead, 10-5.
Okay. Ayun na nga. 10-5 is gonna be the score dito sa ating game. NAVI with a way better showing dito sa Mirage. Kind of expected, no, to say the least. Pero there is still the T-side that you have to worry about. NIP, of course, mas streamlined na, kumbaga, ang kanilang T-side dito with the addition of Roland. And Roland, of course, really having a stellar CT side dito despite the score na nakikita natin ngayon. Pero NAVI, seems like they're back into it, pare. Back into rhythm and back in time. Kasi kailangan nga nila ipanalo to 2-1 to at least have a chance to qualify para nga doon sa playoffs natin. But still, it is still dependent sa ibang results na nakikita natin dito sa Pro League, dito sa mga tiebreakers. So, titignan pa natin kung mapanalo nga ito ng NAVI and kung mapanalo nga nila ito after that. Kung mapanalo nila yung overpass, then it's gonna depend on results once again. Pero it's nice kung mapanalo nga nito ng NAVI and they can cap off itong group stage at least with a win and a positive note para sa side nila. Pero yun nga, they have to be consistent with it. I mean, Electronic yung top frag dito. And this is really important, especially pagdating dito sa City side. He's gonna be the one that you're gonna have to rely on to get that initial info pagdating nga sa mga sites. And he's gonna be the first one na lalapit nga dito sa kabilang side ng NIP to look for that first frag. Brolan is the target para dito sa NAVI. And yeah, I would say so far so good para dito sa NAVI. No, bad start pero a better finish dito sa ating half.
Yep, tama ka dyan. And 2 players ng ating NIP still malamig is gonna be Esitag. And I think that was Plopsky na hindi masyado nag-perform. Pero, ano ba? Actually, 3 players sa kanila ang kailangang mag-online at mag-step up. Hampus, Plopsky, and Esitag. Although Hampus got the frags nung nakawak siyang AWP, pero it's not gonna be enough for NIP, no? Dahil kailangan pa rin lang ma-shutdown etong si Electronic dahil mainit na mainit tong batang to, no? And yung entry frags niya talaga yung one of the key points kung bakit nagkaroon ng lead yung NAVI into 5 rounds. Pero so far so good. NAVI, mukhang gusto nilang i-reverse sweep ang ating NIP. Pero with that, guys, while we are waiting for our players, please do share the stream and subscribe na rin kayo sa ating YouTube channel. And a big shout out to our viewers sa nakikipuyat at nakikibet, guys. Please do check out Rivalry.com and use our promo code LuponWXT for a bonus up to $200. And ano ba, shout out to our sponsors na rin, LuponWXT, Phosphor Gaming, The Armory, and of course Rivalry. Pero ano ba, tingin mo ba may chance ang NIP na ma-2-0 NAVI?
Definitely kung yun nga, everything goes wrong para dito sa NAVI ulit. I think we need to see yung NAVI na nakita natin sa Inferno in order for the 2-0 to happen para dito sa NIP. Especially sa T-side, no? I think T-side is a really important point para dito sa NIP kasi in the past, it's not really their strength. Ngayon, meron na silang onting, kagaya na sinabi ko palagi, meron na silang onting firepower. So if ma-caught off guard nila ang NAVI dito sa T-side, then a key could be unlocked, or rather a lock could be unlocked para dito sa side ng NIP, and they could maybe switch up dito naman sa T-side, no, to say the least. Pero NAVI, usually pagdating sa Mirage, City side is di naman preferred side, no, but kind of their stronger side pagdating sa mapa na to. So may kita natin how well is the defense gonna cope pagdating sa offense dito ng NIP.
Yep, and NIP looking dire. Since NAVI, they will start sa ating City side, and look at this. Tamang pakiramdaman sila dito, and Sham Dayang will be able to one. Will take down 2 players. 2 heads agad. Plopsky and Brolan goes down with that NIP. Mukha at ang ipupush back pala ng Navi to ng map number 3. Pero we'll see. Tingnan natin kung makakabawi pa ang NIP coming into this second half. Pero Hampus will try to land the shots and may info ng ibang players ng Navi. Kung nasa yung remaining 2 players ng NIP, and now it's all up to Hampus against the remaining 4 players ng Navi. 1v4 and a Dream with the Glock, with half armor, no utility whatsoever, and Simple from this tunnel area will be able to take him down. And Navi stretching the lead 11-5.
This is what you want to see. Galing dito kay STY, man. Being that anchor dito sa side, getting those 2 easy headshots. Simple going aggressive. Dito sa may under, I think he jumped galing dito sa middle. So, unexpected plays galing dito sa side ng Navi. But at the same time, this should be at the back of the heads ng NIP pagdating nga sa round na yun. Pero full eco push dito sa mid. And uy, Simple down. If they get 2, then good na yung round na to.
Yep, pero it's gonna be the swarm, it's gonna be the farm for some Dayang with this SMG. And a clean round for Navi. And NIP, I'm not sure what can you do at this point. If you lose this gun round, it could be over. Pero yun yung stats is not going to lie this time around, no? Dahil NIP talagang they have a bad performance pagdating dito sa ating Mirage, and Navi parang isa na rin talaga to sa kanilang hometown, home map. Pero it's gonna be the mid play for the side of NIP. It's gonna be 1-3-1 strat. Tingnan natin kung they can do something about this kind of strategy. Pero look at this Simple. Slowly but surely na siya nakapag-push out all the way to their spawn area and checking every corner he can. Pwede niya makot off guard yung players ng NIP dito sa Mythic top mid if hindi sila mag-ingat. Pero this is a very, very big ballsy move from the Simple himself and walang check whatsoever from the flank. Pero kailangan mag-ingay actually ng players dito. Pero Simple, alam niya ata na meron ng magtatang mag-push out dito. That's gonna be the bomb drop for you. Plopsky goes down and may trade agad. Actually, wala pang trade. Akala ko i-hantonin ni Esitag. Pero no, nakatakas pa nga si Kuya mo, Simple. Pero just Simple doing simple things. Just getting the flank and the check from Hampus is there. A good timing. Pero 35 seconds on the clock remaining. They need to go for the push and they need to do it now. And Brola nakapag-push out na rin siya towards Corrector Air natin. Pero the check from Perfecto is there. And Electronic Angels like that. Kunti-kunti na nga nalagas yung players ng NIP. That is the play. 13-5. Wala na siyang oras. 18 seconds. Tingnan natin kung magkakaroon pa siya ng bomb plant. Pero Samday Young will be able to take him down.
Oh, na-reveal agad yung plano dito ng NIP. I mean, as soon as you see that there is gonna be a mid smoke going towards A, there is gonna be an attempt papunta nga dito sa B site. So, a really good communication galing dito kay Simple. Lopsky, unfortunately, akala niya talaga the flank was safe since merong tao na nag-flank galing dito sa Palace and they could not capitalize at the end. And a well-played round galing dito sa Navi. Now, this is the Mirage that we are used to seeing galing sa side nila, especially pagdating sa city side. So, now, at least they can try to secure itong map number 2. This is a really good score. Galing din sa Navi as well, no? Only 5 rounds lost. And pag tuloy-tuloy pa nga to galing sa side nila, then good news. If there is gonna be another 2-1 tiebreaker, then may kita natin. Navi is gonna be in contention. So, let's hope para dito sa Navi, no, that they can keep this up para pagdating na game number 3. Maybe they can try to make it a one-sided game. Pero knowing NIP, may tama din sila dun sa overpass eh.
Yep, tama ka dyan. And spot down pa nga. Neto ni Kuya mo Simple yung plano na gagawin itong NIP. They will try to go for this B site apartment area with their upgraded pistols. They have the Digas, they have the Tech 9s, they have one flash to work with. It's gonna be a hard round for the side of NIP. And a good smoke actually. Pwede mag-farm lang. Ito si Perfecto dito. Kaso nga lang, there goes the flash, there goes the push. And S-Attack will be able to take him down and beat tamang farm lang siya using this M4. Here comes the backup of NAVI, and Simple will be able to ring one on cell. And now, not even up pa nga nila. Magkakaroon pa nga sila ng free rifle upgrade. And oh my goodness, Plopsky will be able to ring on STY. And just like that, NIP just refusing to lose on their eco buy. It's all up to Electronic. You have 4,000 in your bank. You can go for this hunt. You can go for this retake. Pero meron ng crossbar setup yung NIP dito once he goes out. And Electronic, oh my goodness, Hampus, that could have been the round. And Plowski will be able to take him down.
Imagine kung walang head armor si Plopsky, pare. This would have been game over para dito sa NIP. But yun na nga, refusing to lose ang mindset dito ng NIP, pare, kahit ego round bit with a 2K. Pero Plopsky, Esitag, and everyone on NIP just trying to drag their way back dito sa ating game. Make it as difficult as possible. And make it as ugly as possible para dito sa NAVI. Pero titignan pa natin. I mean, 6-13, 7 rounds. Kumpara kanina, it's not too hard para dito sa NIP para makabalik. They just need to put itong NAVI in a really bad place economically.
Yep, and ano ba? Wala na rin economy masyado yung ating NAVI. Tingnan naman, 4 of them have only half armor. And the headshot is going to do it. Sam Dayang goes down. Pero Simple, not landing the shots that he needed. Pero Electronic, konti-konti na nga sila nakapag-push out towards this connector area natin. Pero may bantay pa rin naman yung NIP player. They need to go for this good post-plant situation. Pero meron naman silang lurker which is gonna be Hampus na magta-try na mag-deny ng save towards this B site. And actually, wala atang mag-save.
That's 3 mollies. Oh my god. Nako. 3 beses nilang minolitol yung sniper's test. Ganun sila ganun nila kagusto i-deny itong si Simple on an angle dito sa site mismo. So really nice use of utility galing dito sa NIP, not allowing even a single inch of an angle. Pero tol, kung nakuha nila yung off dito ni Simple, this is gonna be good news.
Yup. Pero
Simple, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Ayan na. Chill. Kung tumalon siya dun, pre, tapos na-flickan yan, nako po, that could be an L para sa NAVI. Kaso yun lang, meron pa naman silang pambili dito. They have SMG kay Perfecto. He's gonna play close dito sa may ramp or close dito sa may B. And the rest is, they can play normally. SDY as well. So I think medyo aggressive yung A-take or A-defense nila dito. So titignan pa natin, NIP. Paano kaya nila i-counter to?
Yep, 5 rounds, actually 6 rounds into tying up this series, and NIP not out yet on this map number 2. NAVI 3 rounds away into pushing this one out into a map number 3. Pero we'll see if they can still defend dito sa ating series side natin. Pero Simple will have the AWP in his hands. Ako po, not gonna hit. That's very, very crucial shot. That could have been the round. Sana kung makakuha lang siya ng isa. That early frag could have been the opening that they needed. Pero Perfecto, may backup naman siya dito kahit papano. And Simple again, he gets spotted down and sprayed down as well. 48 HP left on his belt. Oh my goodness, that's great. The nade. Oh my goodness, Simple goes down. And just like that, NIP denying the frag potential ng AWP neto ni Kuya mo. Simple 4v5 situation, and mapipick up pa nga yung AWP ni Kuya mo bit. Pero 44 seconds on the clock remaining, no info yet whatsoever. Pero kailangan gumawa ulit ni Hampus ng maganda-gandang play in order for them to get the entry that they needed. Pero so far, all 4 players na ng ating NP looking towards the entry and looking forward to push towards this B site. Molotov flashes will be out. Perfecto, fully blinded na siya dito, and he gets spotted down. Rez will be able to take him down, and Bit holding this mating backside area, pero Rez again will be able to take him down. Rez will get the triple kill. Oh my goodness, now it's all up to SDY. Manages to take them Brolan kahit papano, pero what can you do against the 3 players natin in NIP? And makapag-lurk up pa nga etong si Kuya mo Hampus dito. This could be a good read coming in for SDY, and there you have it. Hampus goes down. That's gonna be the free AK upgrade, and i-save na lang niya to all the way to this mid area.
And ayun na nga, NIP hanging on dito sa ating Mirage game, making it infinitely more spicier in terms of our series. That's for sure. NAVI everything went wrong dun sa B side, that's for sure. I mean, he can't put it anything else, no? I mean, simple missing that first shot, perfecto naspatan, which was supposed to be yung play nila, no? Simple, pag di siya nakatama ng isa dito, then it would have been perfecto going for the trade, no? Or at least nag-aantay sila ng isa or dalawa habang unexpected siya na nandito sa corner. Pero perfecto, because of that flash dito sa site, hindi niya naspatan si Rez already crossing and medyo na-worry siya na meron pang magpa-pop out dito sa right side. Pero another window jump galing dito sa NIP, successful. Cut into the side pit with the op, tried his best pero hindi na nga gumana para dito sa Navi. Op is lost. So back to rifles na naman sila dito. NIP with the timeout, doing the Navi, yung ginawa nila kanina of timeout habang mataas pa economy. So meron pa silang isang plano. 13-9 is a possibility pero full eco para dito sa Navi. They're really using yung lead nila dito.
Yep, since they have 5-round leads, they can go for his full eco round. Actually, no. SDY, SDY will have the AK, yun yung na-save nila kanina. Pero the rest 4 players natin, Simple will go for this full armor. For, I think, magsa-save play si Simple dito. And will try to support Samday Young. Campus, nakapasok na kagad sila all the way to the sandwich area natin. And Brolan, his spots gone beat down and Simple will go for his 5-7, landing those crispy headshots. Kaso it's not gonna be enough against Esitag. Perfecto, trying to land the shots that he needed. Kaso it's not gonna be hitting. And Rez will be punishing that miss just like that. It's all up to Samda Young and Electronic. Pero Samda Young refusing to give this A side. And meron ng info itong si Electronic as he is pushing out towards his apartments area all the way to his back alley. So Samda Young, no need for him to rotate. Since magkakaroon na nga ng flank etong si Electronic, so kailangan niyang i-wait yung big flank if ever man na mag-workout to sa kanila.
AK is down.
Kailangan nilang i-check yung kanilang likod dahil Electronic the trigger discipline and the check. Oh my goodness!
The game sense.
The timing from Esitag is there. And now it's all up to SDY. Manages to take down 1v2 situation. And still winnable pa rin naman to for Navi. And a good wall bang actually. Kung pinuloy-tuloy lang ngayon, pwede niyang ma-takedown. Ito si Esitag. May info na siya kung nasan yung isa, pero he still need to find Rez with his AWP. Wala siyang smoke, so kailangan lang niya mag-hope for the best na upo. Mali pa nga yung kanyang pagbato ng Molotov towards his triple box. Pero nakabang na dito sa meeting spawn area. Etong si Rez. And there you have it. Walang masasave na gun for SDY.
Everything's going wrong para dito sa Navi, pare. I mean, it is an eco. It's okay. Let's take a step back pala. It's not everything's going wrong. I mean, it's a good start. Simple, getting 2 dinks. Pero tignan mo naman kung gaano kala yung AK para kay Electronic. And I think si Esitag, that's just the game sense, man. Naramdaman niya that there was gonna be a flank incoming galing dito kay Electronic. You know that it's desperation mode galing dito sa Navi. So you expect that type of play na pwede ba galing sa city side dito. So at least back to the op na dito si Simple, no? Bad news, kung natalo sila dito, that's gonna be another round worth of eco pag magpo-force dito yung Navi, which hopefully they don't kasi papakit pa economy nila doon. So plenty of leeway pa. Meron pang 4 dito yung Navi, but it's feeling closer than it should be, no? Para dito sa Navi.
Yep, and Simple not hitting the shots that he needed. And it's gonna be a 2-3 setup for side of NIP. Now they are going to get the control towards this mid area natin. Pero 2 players dito, Electronic will be able to win 1. Kaso nga lang may flick agad. Pare ko yung Mares and beat agad for the NIP. Oh my goodness, Rez is just going online with his AWP. Quick shots coming in from this guy. Perfecto will be able to take him down. Kaso nga lang Hampus nakapag-push out na nga siya towards this van area natin. 2v2 situation. Perfecto will need to defend this B side all on his own. Mapapatagal pa nga yung rotate dito ni Kuya mo Samday Young. Pero Perfecto managed to take the frag. And now it's all up to Flopsky. And the pick again from Perfecto will be able to defend this B site. And with that, 14-9.
Perfecto, man. Pulling out all the stops para dito sa Navi, pare. He is that guy who's been awake this entire weekend and clutching it up para dito sa B-side. Hampos, unfortunate na nangyari sa kanya nun. Ant would have been Perfecto dead pag hindi nga siya nahulog dito sa may ban area. And Navi inching closer dito sa match point natin, pero Ninjas in Pyjamas, I mean, loss bonus is pretty big para sa side nila. Oh, actually hindi. 1,900 na lang. So if they lose his, then that's bad.
Oh my goodness, the trades is going to do it for the Navi players natin. 4v3 situation na agad tayo dito, and S16 matatag down pa nga siya, down to 10 HP. Pero the aggressive play from Electronic, getting that opening frag for Navi, and now meron na silang kahit papanong leeway para makahinga since they have the man advantage. Kailangan ng alagaan to this time around. Marami rin silang utilities to work with to try to delay the push out ng ating NIP. Pero Plopsky, kailangan niyang gumawa ng miracle play toward this mid-air natin in order for them to get at least an opening for a site entry. Pero Perfecto, nakapag-push out na nga siya towards sa parpet air natin. And there you have it. Exitag goes down. It's all up to Plopsky and Rez. Wala silang info whatsoever kung saan manggagaling. Kaso nga lang, Rez, not gonna be enough. The SDY gets tagged down to 20 HP. 38 seconds on the clock remain. This is a good position actually for a simple towards this ticket boot area. Pero Rez and Plopsky, what can you do at this point? Navi slowly closing out this ating map number 2. 20 seconds on the clock remaining. They will just go for the save, I think. Hindi nila kayang i-restore. Tignan mo naman, wala silang pera whatsoever. $0.
Yep, they're really backing dito sa save. I think it is gonna be Armor Tech 9s para kay Hampos, Brolan, and SC-Tag, then pipilitin nila yung site, while the additional firepower is gonna come from Plopsky and kay Rez. But this is looking like a game 3, that's for sure. Pero Navi finally waking up dito sa ating Pro League Season 16. Nakita natin na nahirapan sila dun sa map 1, but map number 2, I mean, it's Mirage. It's really asking for them to have a good game at this point, and yun ang nakita natin galing sa kanila. Electronic, 22-13, the IGL carrying his team as well. SDY doing a great job of anchoring para sa kanyang team. Mid-challenge?
Oh, simple. Not hitting the shot. Kaso
like
lang. Matatag daw niya, malilig lang niya ata si Kuya Muhampus. Pero so far, okay lang naman. Meron lang siyang deagle kahit papano. 3 players ng NIP. This is the last round. This could have been the last round for NIP kung Navi will be able to play this perfectly well. Pero looks like it's gonna be the B side take for the side of NIP. No contest whatsoever. Pero this is a good opportunity for Simple to get the frag that he needed. Pwede makot off guard yung player dito. Kaso the check from Rez is there. Simple losing that angle duel. And now Plopsky will go for his side take. Roland with his tech 9. What can you do? Pero bit again from this B short area natin. It's all up to S16 with the Galil. And meron pang flank na mangyayari dito. And there you have it. Electronic going online for Navi on this map number 2.
No smiles, man. No smiles. Galing sa side ng Navi, that was a pretty, I wouldn't say sloppy game, though. I think, para sa Navi, I think 16-9 is actually a pretty good result. Pero I think they expected way better considering that they're Navi, man. But at the same time, it's still a point. It's still a map para dito sa side ng Navi. So, at the end of the day, it's still game number 3 para sa side nila. Mababawi ba nila ito sa overpass? I mean, overpass... pinag-iisipan ko naman is this the possible run back dito sa map number 3? I wouldn't say malabo, no, pero NIP also has their thing dito sa overpass. It's not a lopsided, 75% sa CT side, and then 25% sa T side na nakikita natin usually from NIP. It's actually pretty equal for both sides, no, in terms of yung kanilang sides dito. So I think it is gonna be a bloodbath between Navi at NIP dito sa game number 3. Both teams really skilled, really adept pagdating sa mapa na to. And Brolan, once again, is gonna be that guy to open things up para sa NIP. So, tignan natin. Map number 3. So, 3:52 a.m. Probably gonna end that. Knowing how close the games are, 6 a.m. Good luck sa'yo, Ventus. Ako'y sanay na sa sleep schedule na to. So, yeah, I would say map 3 might be OT. I mean, this is the closest map that we're gonna get dito sa series na to. That's for sure.
Yep, and with that, we'll be taking a very, very short break. Pagbalik natin, more CSGO action tayo between NAVI and NIP. Postfire Gaming will be right back. Don't go away.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City, here champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have Navi, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get base to like 5 maps with a fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had like a big question mark next to Spinks because I mean he is a star player for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one it might be like way harder because now they are kind of like not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian offer, and this AES team is just living to its name, like proving that they're so great at producing like, young offers, like young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say like both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe like the UK team, because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So like I wonder how will this duo do?
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zywoo do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NAVI and NIP to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Group A is incredibly stacked. We have NAVI, like one of the best teams. Even though they have a substitute, it is Sam Young, they've been doing really good with him because at IM Cologne, they managed to get phase to like 5 maps with that fresh substitute. Even if you take out Simple and you put in an academy team, they can still be like a real functioning team. So I really hope that they'll do really good here in this A group, and I'm kind of expecting for them to actually top. Then we have Vitality that recently went through some changes. I had like a big question mark next to Spinks because, I mean, he is a star player, like for everything that he played, but he doesn't actually have much experience because previously he was an FPL star.
My initial impression of seeing Vitality with Spinks is a positive one. I think he's definitely an upgrade in the role that they were looking for, a player that they were lacking in that position in terms of being in the clutch or being in the lurk. So Spinks is already going to bring a lot, as well as already being a player who speaks an international team from his days at ENT. So there shouldn't be too many issues plugging and playing him in that regard. It's just about getting everybody else to filter in. And if you can have the Spinks Zywoo combo, that's going to be quite a potent mix.
Then there's NIP, who had an incredible run in the previous season of EPL, but in this one it might be like way harder because now they are kind of like not the underdogs and we have higher expectations. We have Spirit, they brought in Wonderful, who is a young Ukrainian AWPer, and the CAS team is just living to its name, like proving that they're so great at producing young AWPers, like young talents. Then we have Endpoint and Fnatic, and I want to say like both of them together because they're kind of representing maybe like the UK team, because one team has 2 players from UK, the other one has a UK coach and a player. So like I wonder how will this duo do.
Describing Group A in one sentence, I can do it in 2 words. Top heavy, having Simple and Zywoo do their absolute best work, blockbuster names for 5 days. That's going to be exciting to watch. You've obviously got NIP in the mix, and then the likes of Endpoint and Spirit here as well. As I said, top heavy. You're expecting the top 3, Vitality, NAVI, and NIP to make their way through quite easily here, but this is Pro League. There's never any guarantees.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Hello and
ayun.
welcome back to the official Filipino broadcast ng ESL Pro League Season 16. Ako nga pala si Kifrog, kasama ko si Ventus. Time check, 4:05 AM. Bet pa ba tayo? Wag na. Wag tayo mag-bet. Bet tayo, sige. Ayun. So, good news para sa NAVI pre, no? Secure na nila yung 3rd place. So, basically, wala nang bearing yung 3rd game na to. Ayun, walang bet. Ayun, meron pala. Ayun, always meron. Ano kaya?
Seryosohin pa ba ito ng NAVI?
Sige, sige nga, yan. Yan. Yung pinakamataas na odds. Mayaman naman tayo. Oh my God! 500 pag yan umabot. Sarap na McDo. Oh, yun pala. Not sponsored. Sarap ng adobo. Pero yun na nga. Guys, kagaya nga na sinabi ko, walang bearing yung 3rd game na to kasi 3rd place na talaga yung NAVI. Either way, pasok na sila. Team Spirit, 0-2, unfortunately. Pero at the same time kasi, Vitality kalaban nila tol eh. I mean, di naman si Zywoo, nag-iinit namin. Parang gusto niya na talaga manalo dito sa Pro League. Pero at least pasok na sa playoffs yung NAVI. Good news. No, we will not see simple dito sa ating playoff. So, magiging very, very spicy pa rin ang ating ESL Pro League Season 16, Spirit, Ninjas, and Endpoint out. Ako, men, personally, gusto ko sana makita yung Endpoint sa playoffs. Kaso, joke sila pursue series eh. So, wala tayong magagawa. And, yeah, I would say kung magbebet nga kayo sa game, of course, use our code LuponWXE or go to the link rivalry.com/LuponWXE, then bet kayo dito sa third game natin. If matapang kayo, that's for sure. And, ayun na nga, men. Game 3. Seryoso. Yun nga yung iniisip namin dalawang ni Ventus. Seryosohin ba ng dalawang team? Feeling ko oo. Kasi pride to eh. Kasi pride to pre.
And NIP, even though na hindi sila pasok and no chance of them getting into these playoffs. Oh, what? Oh my goodness, Rez.
Tinamaan ng drive-by.
One tap headshot agad. Para kuya mo, simple. Pero mukhang i-treat na lang ito ng team natin na sa battle of egos, battle of pride. Pero still, a good run for NIP. 4v5 situation, Hampus will now have the aggressive angle to this B long area. Pero 2-1-2 setup is up for the side of NIP. Meanwhile, 1 minute and 8 seconds on the clock naman. NAVI, they need to go for the push. Bomb is still being held by Perfecto. Dito sa ating connector air natin, kailangan lang nilang mag-check ng maganda-gandang angles in order for them to get into the site. Pero mukhang mahirapan silang pumasok dito sa ating A-site dahil 3 players sa ating NIP ang nagbabate na dito. Pero Hampus, the last on angle, tingnan natin kung i-check to nila Samdayang tsaka niya Electronic. Oh my goodness, there goes the check and Hampus will be able to take down SDY. With that, the rotation is going to happen for the Navi players natin, pero Perfecto agad for the backup with his teammate. Now 4v3 situation, Tag, tamang hold na ang angle dito, will take down one, will get the second one. No, he won't. Electronic will be able to take him down just like that. 2v3, 19 seconds on the clock remaining, and Plopsky will take the head of Electronic. It's all up to bit. Although napagtanim naman sila kahit papano, and now they will have enough extra economy.
Ako po, Team Ace. Team Ace mo kayo nangyari dito. Tigisa sila dito sa ating pistol round, and very nice. Rez with the drive-by sa start ng round, pero medyo angat nga sila pagdating dito. Uy. ESL Monopoly. Oh. Meron palang ganun, tol. Not gonna lie. Sali yan. Ano yan? Wala. Hindi ko alam kung ikaw yung Timo o yung... Hindi daw si Timo, guys. Yung mainstream daw yun. Ay, pati yung mainstream inaantok na, guys. Guys, 4:10 AM na. Context lang. Para sa... or rather, it's 4:10 AM. Context for the foreign viewers. So, I think they're pretty tired as well on the other stream. Just like us. But, we'll keep on going. We'll keep on trucking. Pero NIP, no? Yeah, I think pinaglalaban talaga nila yung HLTV stats dito, pare.
NIP, kahit manalo sila dito, still a good run and good try na rin para sa kanila. Pero ano ba, di ko alam kung ano nararamdaman ng players at this point for the NIP na heading into this game number 3. Mababaltaan nyo na there's no way na hindi na kayo makakapasok sa ating playoffs. Pero Electronic, he gets spotted down dito sa ating long air natin. Makakuha siya kahit papaano ng free rifle upgrade. Pero Electronic will be able to take Hampus down. Naku po, na turn around pa nga nila yung kanilang broken by, forced by. Pero Tag and Plopsky na lang ang natitira for the side of NIP. Pero kailangan pa na mag-ingat ng Navi players natin dito dahil Tag with this MP9. This could be, oh my goodness! Maratag na lang niya siya Samdayang dito, pero pwede siya ma-cut off ng players. Oops! Tag, makuha nga niya. finally, pero Perfecto will be able to take him down. 8 seconds on the clock remaining. Kailangan lang i-delay ni Flopsy. Yung bomba dito will be able to take him one. That's with the Molotov for you to flash out the players ng Navi squad. And now, the double pick is there. And a good try for NIP. And Navi winning that round on their force by 1-all.
Now, Electronic, 4-1 dito sa ating game. Already transferring the heat that he had dun sa Mirage. Papunta nga dito sa ating mapa. That initial fountain fight. I think may kita natin yun often, no, galing dito sa side ng NIP. Them trying to get that fountain, or not fountain, no, that playground control rather. Kasi dun talaga lagi nagsisimula ang kahit anong A-take na pwede mangyari dito. And if you can contest that and provide additional pressure para dito sa Navi, then magiging delikado to para sa Navi side, but still, what to turn around para sa side nila, pre. Tingnan mo naman ang Electronic. 4-1 once again. Pero yeah, this is a pretty solid buy galing sa side nila, but still a force buy galing dito sa NIP pare, no? So maybe winnable kung makatama dito si Rez ng headshot.
And that's gonna be a good flash to flash out etong si Rez. Pero he's still checking dito sa may ating long area and trying his luck. Pero it's not in his favor. 5v5 pa rin man tayo kahit papalo. With 1 minute on the clock, that's with the pop flash for you, Perfecto, trying to check every angle again. Pero still, NIP, they have enough utility to try to delay the push out, pero the bomb is getting rotated and getting pushed out dito sa may ating city spawn area. Pero SDY, naku po, a good 2 frags agad for this guy. 35 seconds on the clock remaining. 4 players na will try to go for this A short push. So all up to Bit. Kailangan kumuha ng opening dito, and there you have it. Bit will be able to take 2 players agad. Netong NNP is all up to Hampus. What can you do? Low HP na yung si Sam Dayang. Pero Hampus will just try to go for the save.
And ayun na nga, Hampus with the deagle. Not much you can do. 100 pesos na lang ang laman ng kanyang wallet dito. So, not gonna be the best buy pagdating nga dito sa next round natin. Bit and SDY. The double rookie combo para dito sa side ng Navi, really doing in work. But Hampus, opportunity. In lang. Good night. Isa pa? And yun na nga, 3K para dito kay Bit. So, pretty huge para dito sa Navi na hindi sila masyadong nawalan dito ng barrel. So, komportable pa sila pagdating sa buy dito sa T-side. So, ayan, Navi pretty much chilling dito sa ating game. And, ayun nga, kaway-kaway sa mga kagaya kong watching while on duty pampagising, from Mr. Rogelio Arcangeles. Shoutout sa iyo, sir. We appreciate you tuning in a very late broadcast. Shoutout sa mga late night workers dyan na nanonood ng Focus Fire Gaming. So, really appreciate it.
Yep, and now looks like it's gonna be the boost. 3-man boost is up dito sa ating long air natin. Tingnan natin makapitas nga ba sila ng isa dito and possibly getting the man advantage that they needed. Pero Bit, pwede siya makot off guard dito if hindi siya mag-ingat. Pero now, they have the B site control. Walang contest whatsoever. Pero a bad read actually for the side of NIP with that. Wow. Simple. We'll try to go for this hunt. Pero hindi niya ma-check yung heaven air natin na mayroon nagbabantay doon. Pero 3 players natin NIP will now try to go for the push, for the flank. They can still get at least 1 rifle if ever man. And it's gonna beat. We'll try to go for the farm. We'll get the 1. We'll get the 2. And Electronic for the backup. Oh, Hampus. Hampus trying to go for the defuse. Kaso nga lang, Sam Dayang will be able to deny.
Yun na nga. Not much analysis to be made, pare. That was a Nico. So, yun na nga. Oh, yeah, another shout out. Shout out from Jeddah. Ooh, nice place. KSA Lods, nice stream always. Thank you, Boss Wowie. Shoutout sa inyo, men. So, ingat kayo dyan. Hopefully you do stay safe. And, ayun na nga. I mean, Navi with a stellar start dito sa T-side. This is what I was talking about, man. You can't underestimate yung T-side dito ng Navi. Kahit nga dito sa Overpass. Kasi nga, we've seen it time and time again sa mga ibang games dito ng Navi. They can really set things up sa kanilang T-side dito. Pero nakabukas yung pinto. Oh my God, bro, Lan.
Roland, hindi siya mainit. And NIP, kailangan nila ng sagot dahil konti-kunti na nakapag-stretch out ng lead. Ito ang nabi natin, 3-1 ang ating scoreline. Pero so far, lamang in terms of manpower, ang ating NIP with the help of Brolan and Simple just trying to go for this spam. Let's go with the smoke. Tingnan natin saan nga ba ito. And it will land sa may ating monster area. 4v5 situation. 1 minute on the clock remaining. Bit. Let's go with the pop flash for you. And Electronic gets spotted down. And hindi siya agad nakapag-push out. Nabulag rin siya ng kanyang teammate dito. Pero Bit agad for the backup. Will get down the 2 frags. Tag and Plopsy goes down. 3v3 situation. The retake is on for the side of NIP. Walang delay whatsoever. Pero that's with the nade. Madadamage pa nga niya. Eto si Kuya mo Simple with that. Simple goes down. Bit low on HP. Down to 49. Pero he's +1. Brolan goes down. Kaso nga lang, it's gonna be a 2v2 situation. Bit just going on and just farming heads ng NIP players now. It's gonna be up to res 1v1 with the great one. What is gonna be the fake rotate coming for Bit. Pero he has the better angle actually. Dahil wala na rin. Oh my goodness! The timing, Rez! Wala rin siyang kit.
Wala siyang kit. No,
oh my God.
Dude. No kit, no clue. And the CT's QQ, bro. Not like this. NIP. Naku po. A close round nonetheless. Galing sa side nila. Really good smoke galing dito kay Hampus. That lands in Monster. Kaya delay talaga ang Navi if ever makakuha sila na rush dito. But I don't think it matter dito kay Bit. Kasi nga, tiniretso na lang yan. No problem para sa kanya. Getting a 3K. This kid is on another level. As we do see, very usual galing sa kanya. Navi, 4-1 so far dito sa T-side. And NIP, wala pa silang sagot dito, ha?
Yep. Very, very unfortunate. Walang kit ang NIP that round. And Navi stretching out their lead for the one on their T side, guys. This is the T side of Navi and NIP. If we proceed to our second half and hindi magda performance ng NIP dito sa ating first half, they will be losing this series. And not that it matter, pero sayang lang din yung experience and possibly bragging rights if ever. Pero let's take a look at this Rez holding chat towards the WC area. Makikita yung shadow dito. Kaso nga may backup agad from behind. It's gonna be Simple. We'll be able to trade him out. Kaso nga lang bro. Oh my goodness. Nasty headshot agad. Para kay Kuya mo Simple. And Brolan just denying the push of Navi. With this one-tap headshot and Hampus will be able to take down Electronic as well. And this is the eco round of NIP against the full rifles of Navi. 2v4 situation. Both players ng Navi natin now lurking up and trying to push out towards this B long area. And Perfecto, he's +1. Plopsy goes down. Pero 25 seconds on the clock remaining. Perfecto just trying to land some lucky shots through the smoke, through this toxic box. Kaso nga lang, Brolan, may backup na agad siya dito. Oh my goodness, what a flick shot. Brolan, I think getting that 4 frags.
Yun. Grabe naman, eco round win para dito sa side ng NIP. Brolan proving why he is one of the best, if not arguably trying to be the best para sa kanyang team if it wasn't for Rez. Pero Brolan really making a good case para sa kanyang team. And NIP pull out an eco win. Very frustrating. Yo, chill! Perfecto. Wala. Third place na kayo. You don't have to... Nagkalit si Lodi, pro. Pasok na kayo, pre. Wala ba nagsabi sa Navi na pasok pa sila? I I think yung ESL TOs might be, I wouldn't say, kind of messing with yung Navi a bit. They're like, you have to win this. Para makapasok kayo. Tapos, seryoso sobrang ng Navi dito. But, someone's got to tell them.
Oh my goodness, bitten Samdayang. Nasty headshots agad. Brolan, may sagot na rin siya. And Brolan going online and trying to carry itong NIP players natin. Pero so far, so good. Electronic. Simple nga pala makaka-takedown itong kay Esitag. Pero sa Campus managed to get out alive from the spray down ni Kuyang Electronic. Now, 2v4 situation. Simple. Makakot off guard nga siya dito. Pero Electronic from behind. Di na-check ni Hampus that meron na nasa likod niya. Pero it's all up to Brolan again. 1v4 situation. Bomb is getting rotated towards the B side. And possibly it's gonna be the B side bomb plant. $1,150 in his bank. Kailangan na lang mag-save dito. And nothing much that he can do against the 4 remaining players ng ating Navi, especially with the AWP in the hands of SDY.
Yeah, hindi na try ni Brolan dito. Just gonna save, I guess, itong M4 dito sa may balloon area natin. Oh, thank you sa 100 stars, Boss Wawi, Boss Simon. Thank you for 35. And at least may up dito yung NIP. Give that to Rez. Then see what happens. Malay mo, diba, NIP might maybe bring this back from an individual play. Pero buti na lang nakatago lang si Brolan this entire time. And nakuha niya pa nga si Bet dito. I don't think mag-challenge masyado yung Navi considering wala silang masyadong economy to lose in this one. So, yeah, Navi with a big lead dito sa T-side. This is the Navi na we should have seen earlier dito sa ating group stage. Pero medyo late yata sila nagising dito. But at least, yun nga, at the end of the day, they're still secured. I think now is the time. Ay, actually, hindi pwede, no? Hindi pala pwede. Isasabihin ko sana, like, ngayon nyo na i-testing yung mga plays na gagamitin nyo sa playoffs. Pero, you don't wanna reveal that too early, no? Kasi baka nagbabod review yung mga tropa natin sa kabilang side. Alam mo ba, Navi having a target in their back. So, yun nga. Roland, secondary offer ng NIP? Nope. Kung sino man yung makahawak dito ng off, I think at this point. So, I think yung hierarchy is Rez main offer ngayon, Esitag sa second, or si Hampus, and then the rest.
Oh, simple. May spot on mga niya itong paanet ni Kuya Morez, kaso nga lang perfectly will not be able to win that duel against Esitag with that one-tap headshot. 4v5 situation, Navi slowly getting punished again on the eco round ng ating NIP. Pero that's gonna be a good flash for you. Plopsky goes down, 4v4 situation, and now B-side is up for grabs. Pero meron pang 2 players na nagbabantay dito. It's gonna be Rez all the way to the 7 area natin. And Electronic with a spray down, Simple will be able to Esitag from this AWP. Pero just like that, slowly but surely, Navi just farming the flags sa ating NIP players. Pero I think NIP, nawalan na sila ng gana, nawalan sila ng moral to play this game.
Yeah, maybe. Hindi natin alam. I mean, Ninja's very resilient, very what word would you describe them siguro? Very mentally strong. That's for sure. Nakita natin from time to time yung mga comeback nila dito. But what is it like kaya playing in a game na walang bearing and trying to make a comeback? Like there's eventually that one dude na magsasabi na, guys, what's the point? What's the point of this comeback kung we're not gonna get in anyways? Yun nga, we have a possible 7%. Wait lang. What is 60, possibly maging 62% na kanilang win rate sa HLTV, 58% at max kung mali yung math ko dun. Pero you know, I mean, I'm just curious, like what is it like in the comms ng NIP ngayon? I'm really convinced nga no, na wala sa TO nagsabi na pasok silang dalawa either way kasi they're really playing this one very, very seriously.
And possibly para maglaro pa rin ng seriously ating players. Pero let's take a look at this gun round tayo for these both teams. And bangas-bangas na nga rin agad yung buhay na ito ni Kuya Mobit tsaka ni Electronic. Pero looks like it's gonna be the A-long push. 2 players ng ating NIP holding sila towards double CR natin and no check whatsoever towards this long air natin na nakapag-push out na ito si Kuya Electronic, and Electronic will be able to yung bro line just like that. Pero Rez, kailangan niya mag-ingat dito. Will take down 2 players. What? A quick 180 shot from this guy. Pero may sagot agad para kay Kuya Mo. Simple 3v3 situation now. A side is really open. And NIP, I'm not sure what you can do at this point. Slowly but surely nang kumukuha ng heavy lead ang ating NAVI, and possibly stretching this one out into a siguro 11-4 possible before we proceed to our second half. Pero what a pick coming for Electronic. Kaso nga lang, here comes the play, here comes the rush. NIP will try to go for his retake and a sprayed up from SDYMA cover agad para kay Moplopsky, and with that, somehow NIP managed to go for this retake.
Damn. You know, Sticky Jonathan play dito sa site with that one. My God, NIP, I mean, that turned into a 3v3 really quickly. Pero yun nga, Electronic in a really nice position. Riz, nice shots on the up, my friend. Pero yun lang, nakaspatan yung balikat mo ng onte. And you know, Simple's gonna hit that shot every time. Nalig pa si Hampus, tol. Kaso, akala niya yata si Plopsky yung nagde-defuse dito. Too little, too late para dito kay Simple to actually do anything with the AWP. Pero, okay. Yun na, going aggressive. Ooh, yun na nga. The simple aggression that we wanna see, kaso is he gonna hit the shot?
And Hampus gets tagged down to 60 HP. Kaso nga lang, Hampus, this is a good read for him. Alam niya na meron nagtatry na mag-boost up towards this B-short air natin. Kaso nga lang, S-tag not hitting the shots that he needed. And ang daming utilities ang ibinabato just for them to be able to enter towards this B-side air natin. And Simple needs to back away dahil lang kailangan niyang oh my goodness, speaking of the entry, Electronic will be able to, you know, S-tag and Plopsky na call off per nila to as they are distracted sa nag-boost towards this B-short natin. Pero all 3 players nating NIP magsisim lang siguro sila dito dahil NAVI may sagot kagad sila sa ipinakitang win ng NIP last round. That's 7-3 ang ating scoreline, and NAVI looking good on their T side, and NIP not really looking good.
Yep.
3 rounds on your CT.
Riz. Ooh. I would be holding that long angle 100% kasi that is gonna be headshot. Ooh, yun lang. The jiggle peek doesn't work, my friend. And NIP. Oh, they get one. Pero it's the classic Simple, I pass you the off, give me your rifle, then maghahanap ako ng play. Pero NAVI, 7th round on the board, and this is what we expected sa kanilang T side. I didn't expect this galing sa CT side ng NIP that they would be struggling this hard, no, para makakuha ng round on the board. Pero at the same time, the setups galing dito sa NAVI have been really, really good. They've been getting B-short every time. They've been getting yung long push nila really, really quickly into the side. Hindi sila stuck sa monster except from like a few moments dito sa ating side. And nakikita naman natin to, Plopsky was really hoping na may delay na mangyayari dahil sa monster smoke na yun. Pero Electronic is not gonna let that happen kasi nga, they need some space in this B side.
And look at the buy. Actually, full buy pa rin naman tayo kahit papaano for these both teams. And it is looking really, really dire for the NIP natin. They don't have enough economy to go for this next round. Full buy? $50, $150. Namumulubi na yung NIV players natin dito. Pero 5v5, 4-man rifle will be out for in the hands of NAVI players. And Simple, of course, will still have the AW in his hands. Pero oh my goodness, a spray down. Si Tag, sakasaluhin niya to down to 50 HP with his Pyjamas. What can you do against the AK? Netong NAVI players natin, pero NAVI players just showing dominance. First half pa lang ng ating map number 3. Perfecto and Rez. Oh, good angle for Rez. Will be able to take the head of Samda Young. Just like that, lagas agad sila ng isang player. And 4v5, actually, Ampos will be able to take one as well. And si Tag will be able to take ng Electronic. Masyadong kumukulit si Electronic dito sa ating master area. With that, it's all up to Perfecto and Simple. Pero bro, may angle siya dito, pero the check from Simple is there. Will be able to take him down. 2v4 situation, Simple will try to go for this entry. And the quick scope, kaso nga lang hindi siya makapalag against the M4. Neto ni Kuya Flopsy. Now it's all up to Perfecto. They have enough economy to go for the buy for another AWP on the next round. Pero still, a good economy damage for the side of NIP. And Perfecto will be able to save this AK and possibly go for the hide towards their spawn area. Pero the hunt is not gonna be executed for the side of NIP. And Simple going for this aggressive push is not working out for him since he have the AWP, and it's gonna be a hard entry if you miss those crucial first shot.
The shot galing dito. Okay, Rez, to start things off, SDY has his head blown off. Dito sa B short, and not just that, the control. Finally. I mean, it's not that deep no para dito sa NIP, pero it's still good enough considering na it is life drone galing dito sa side ng Navi. And yeah, and those are two pretty important picks as well. Si SDY, yung kanina pa nilang malaking problema para dito sa NIP, the guy who's really giving them the most problems as of the moment. Not just that, Perfecto could not get his entry dito din on the site. So, Navi starting to lose their grip dito sa ating game. And NIP starting to get some rounds on the board. But still, I think kung matatapos ng half na tong 8-7, no, I think it's still gonna be a good half para dito sa Navi considering how Overpass works. And up para kay Simple, up para kay Rez. Still, both sides can really turn the tides. Ooh, that
Was a good aggressive pick coming in from this guy, getting that one tag, and lamang agad sila in terms of manpower. Plopsky will try to get the control towards this B long natin. Oh my goodness, what a spray down. Will get down the two heads agad. And just like that, konti-konti na nilang nilalagas yung players ng Navi. And now it's all up to Simple. And he gets spotted down towards B short area. And they know what is up. They know saan mag-hold ng angle. Ito si Kuya Simple. Pero kailangan na lang kumuha ng mga nagandang entry para flash down. Ito si Kuya Simple. And there you have it. Simple goes down. Nice try for Navi. Pero NIP slowly getting back into the game. 7-5.
At least kung makuha ng NIP, no, these last 3 rounds siguro, then pwede pa nilang makabalik dito sa T side, pero malabo kasi it's gonna be Simple on the on CT side, which is really hard to stop to say the least. So titignan pa natin kung kaya pa ng NIP. Close this one out. Oh, eco round para sa Navi though, so it could be 7-6, and then next gun buy is gonna be a good one kasi walang off dito sa Simple. So opportunity para kay Rez to do something aggressive dito sa ating game. But I think Navi is just gonna waste time and burst into one side of the map. The most serious delay galing dito sa Navi na nagbibihap lang sila. Kita mo yung mukha ni Bit. Not even a smirk. Not even a smile. Buti pa si Perfecto. Got a little bit of a smile going. Pero Simple, nag-iingay na. I don't know what's happening dito sa Navi. They're just jumping for joy na naka-qualify na sila dun sa group. That's for sure.
Yan yung in-game celebration nila. Pero nothing much to say as of the moment. Pero mukha lang it's gonna be a short push, a long push for the rest players natin. NAVI, they will only have the upgraded pistols. And Simple, he will try to go for the check towards his long air natin. Pero bro, nakakol pa rin siya ng angle towards his double C air natin. Makakot upgrade niya nga. Eto si Kuya mo Simple, masyadong maingay, masyadong kumukulit. Pero alam niya, na marami pang tao dito will go for the fake flash. And it's not gonna work. Roland just farming the heads of the NAVI players. Pero Reyes will be able to hit him one as well. Now it's all up to Electronic. He can go for the save. Kumakalusot man siya dito, pero hindi. And a good round for NIP since last round, since eco round lang naman yun for the side of NAVI.
Wait, they got... akala ko they got one. Never mind. Pero yun na nga. Thought I was seeing something. Oh, they did get one. Oh, wow. M4 down, but still doesn't matter kasi, tignan pa naman economy ng NIV, pare. It's like M4s, AKs, off para kay Rez, Navi on the downturn. And... ayun na nga. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty weak buy galing sa side ng Navi. No up para kay Simple, so this is just gonna be a freebie para kay Rez if hindi sila makapasok ng side na maayos. Ooh.
Oh my goodness. Roland just going online. NIP not down yet and not out yet. Pero I think nawala ata yung stream natin. Masige sa akin.
Guys, kung naririnig niyo pa kami. Wait lang, tignan ko. Hindi, nag-freeze. Nag-freeze pero naririnig pa daw kami. Alang stream. Nag 8 hours na ba tayo?
It's all up to Electronic pero he gets spotted down by Brolan and Brolan just doing the job for NIP since narinig niyo pa kami guys even though naka-frozen stream.
At lang guys, mag-re-stream lang kami so stay tuned.
And ayun. 7-all ang ating scoreline dito and NIP 3 rounds straight I think yung kanilang naipanalo pero NAVI look at this perfecto will be going down wala silang buy whatsoever bit will only have Tech9 Innocence and Galil's broken by tayo, forced by tayo for side of NAVI. This is the last round of the first half and NIP looking to get the lead before we proceed to our second half. Pero Reyes gets spotted down agad by Simple with this headshot. And that's gonna be the AW for you. Binigyan mo ng op si Kuya mo Simple on their force buy. And there you have it, Brolan will be able to run one. And I'm not sure alam niya, nandito si Kuya mo SDY. Kaso he gets spotted down and SDY will be able to take the Brolan 3v3 situation. Hampus, kailangan mag-ingat. Oh my goodness, the nade is just doing so much damage for SDY and Simple. And wala na, actually meron pa silang Molotov to work with. They have 2 Molotov to be able to flash out yung players nating NAVI na nag-hold tourist A site natin. And meron rin silang flash kahit pa paano to delay or to deny the pick from Simple pero konti-konti na sila naubusan ng oras and Electronic is fully blinded dito. A good retake coming for the side of NIP. Simple will be able to take on one kaso nga lang here goes the smoke and Simple will need to push this one out. He is low on HP though, 4 HP pero the knife hindi umabot.
Ay yun na nga. NT. It's a knife, I guess. Pero, ayun na nga. Quite the eventful half, that's for sure, para sa dalawang sides natin. And, yeah. NIP still trying to claw their way back dito sa ating game, but now it is gonna be the flip between yung sides natin. I think NIP, in my opinion, are gonna have a harder time dito sa T side, especially. I mean, maybe not, no? Maybe not. Maybe NIP, Roland's gonna pop off dito sa T side and they're gonna win out map number 3. We don't know, man. Pero, ayun nga, Esitag has not had a good series this entire time, which I expected him to have, no? Kasi, yun nga, Esitag being that one consistent player, being that rock of the team. Pero so far, kanyang series dito combined all statistics. Wait lang, let me refresh this kasi so far hindi pa siya lumalagpas ng 20 frags, I think, the entirety of the series. So I would say not the best showing from the homie over at NIP, the Danish player, the only Danish player para dito sa NIP. So yeah, I mean, it could be a better showing galing sa kanya. Hampus, of course, having a bit of a downturn dito sa ating or rather not Hampus, actually it's only Esitag na hindi masyadong nagpa-frag para dito sa NIP. Ngayon ko lang napansin yun, no? So Navi, of course, everyone's doing it except for Perfecto. I think si Perfecto na pagod na yata. He's like, alright, job's done. I really tried to carry yung mga games na patalo na yung Navi dito and I was top fragging the entire time. So time for me to take a bit of a backseat dito sa ating second map. Despite me raging kanina, I think he was looking for the highlight play. Maybe for some upvotes dun nga sa Reddit. Pero nga simple, top fragging para sa kanyang team. Followed by Electronic, the classic duo na nakikita natin dito sa Navi. So, City side, I think pistol round's not gonna decide it entirely, no? Which have decided some of our games dito sa ating ESL Pro League Group A. And I think it is up to, okay, may factor is Simple gonna opt good, is Bit gonna rifle well, is SDY gonna do the classic anchor things na nakikita natin galing sa kanya. Then if those three things are right, then pwede pa, then dagdag lang dito si Electronic at si Perfecto. I think si Perfecto is gonna be the guy pushing every time for pressure dito sa kabilang side. And try to see if make it a 4v4 kung kahit mamatay siya doon. A 4v4 is still pretty favorable para sa City side. And overpass, para naman sa NIP, Brolan, of course, 15-8. Oh my god. This kid is gonna probably entry really well going into yung next half natin. Kailangan na lang ng onting tulong dito, especially from Esitag, my friend. Esitag, if you show up, then yun nga, that win rate on HLTV is gonna go up by 8%. And yeah, no, there's no other bearing, guys. Yun talaga. And that's the achievement here para dito sa NIP if manalo sila sa overpass.
That's it for our place. So to get back into our game, and we'll be proceeding to our second half. This is still the Filipino broadcast. So ESL Pro League Season 16 brought to by Lupondo SC, for Gaming, and the Armory, guys. Please do check out Rivalry.com, and you can use our promo code LuponWC for a bonus up to $200. That is 10,000 pesos. And a big shout out to our Facebook viewers and sa nakikipoy sa atin dyan, and of course sa ating YouTube channel, guys. Big shout out to our viewers. Thank you guys for supporting for Gaming. And let's head back into the game. NIP now leading by 1 round, 8-7. Wala tang audio direct. Okay. Pero ito. Looks like it's gonna be a 3-2 setup coming in for the side of Navi. Pero 4 players ng ating NIP. Now, having control towards this mid-air natin. And 3 players will now try to enter towards double CR natin. Pero may nakabati naman dito is gonna be Electronic. Tingnan natin kung makapitas nga ba siya ng isa with the help of Bit. He's +1. Kaso nga he gets taken out immediately by Brolan. Whiffing the shots. That is not the entry that you want if you are Navi. Pero 4v5 situation, nonetheless, the rotation is going to happen for the side of Navi. Pero may babalik pa nga dito. 2 players na sa kanila ang magtatangkang mag-defend ulit towards this B-side natin. Pero Electronic will be able to take down Plopsky, and may trade agad para kay Kuya Morez. 3v4 situation. SDY, he is fully blinded, and kailangan na lang niyang mag-hold ng kanyang respective angles. So, kaso nga lang may backup na rin siya towards para kay Kuya Perfecto, and SDY will take a one. Perfecto will take one as well, and kunti-kunti na nalagas yung players ng NIP dito, pero now 1v1 with a great one. Simple versus S16. Simple from behind. I think narinig siya dito na Kuya S16, and with that S16 winning that round, and NIP winning the pistol round again against NAVI.
And yun na nga, si Tag finally coming live dito sa ating game on the side of all things. So 9-7, good start para dito sa NIP. Could be the catalyst of them making comeback. Not really a comeback kasi 8-7 yung kanilang score, but you get what I mean. It's city side para dito sa NAVI, and it is 8-7. So malay mo NIP can grow a bigger lead before NAVI can retaliate pagdating sa mga kanilang gun buy dito. But it is the classic force buy galing dito sa NAVI. We always see this, pero it has not been working all the time, but you know, sometimes it does. So willing to take the risk ang mga tropa natin in yellow.
Yep, and nothing to lose naman ang ating NAVI, so I think it's fine. Galils and AK in the hands of NIP players natin. Plopsky will have the Mach 10. Pero tingnan natin simple. What can you do again with this scout? Kailangan lang niyang tumama ng mga one-tap headshot with this scout in order for him to get the frags that he needed. Pero 1 minute on the clock remaining. 5v5 pa rin man tayo kahit papano. And Deagles against Galil. And there you have a simple, not having enough time to react dun sa pick ni Kuya mo Brolan, and Brolan will be able to take him down with this headshot sa ating I think that was in long. Pero 5v4 situation, 30 seconds on the clock remaining. They need to do something, and they need to do it now dahil konti-kunti nang naubusan ng oras yung ating NIP, and they have the advantage in terms of firepower. Pero Perfecto trying to land the shot and is not gonna be hitting anyone for the side of NIP, and with that, B side is freely open. It's a clean round again for the side of NIP, and NAVI with this force buy. I'm not sure if they can buy for the next round, pero SDY will try to go for the hunt.
Yeah, exit track, no? Yeah, they're just gonna carry yung guns nila going into the next round. So next round, they're gonna go aggressive. That's for sure. Unless they just want to stay in the site, then mag-stack na lang sila dito sa A again. And yeah, NIP, I mean, really good secure ng round na yun. At the same time, it's only simple peeking. So not much retaliation galing dito sa side ng NAVI. And yeah, first 2 digits para dito sa NIP. I mean, we did not expect this at all, no? Considering yun nga, NIP, not their strong suit, yung kanilang T-side dito, but they're making it work. Dito sa game especially. And, okay, 6 rounds away. I mean, if mapanalo pa to ng NIP, at least they say goodbye to NAVI with a
win.
with a salty third map. A salty run back na tinatawag natin sa fighting games, pare. And at least, you know, parting gift courtesy of the ninjas in pajamas. Pero NAVI, they don't want that. They don't want the gift sent sa kanilang pinto. So they're gonna try to win this one. Anyways, electronic nakapuranan gun. 5-7.
And mapipick up pa nga ata. Yep, na-pick up na ni Electronic yung libreng AK upgrade towards this long air natin. Pero still 3 players pa rin sa kanila ang walang baril dito. Prolo will try to go for this push, and the timing is there. Bit goes down. 4v4 situation. 1-for-1 trade is going to happen for these both teams. And looks like it's gonna be the A side push since bomb is already getting rotated to this party area. Pero 2 players na rin ng NAVI na nandito. Pero Rez and Brolan will get the heads of Electronic and Simple. And it's all up to Perfecto and Samda Young to try to go for this retake if ever. Samda Young with his 5-7, what can you do against the rifle of the NIP players? He's fully blinded though, and he goes down with that. It's all up to Perfecto. Plopsky will try to go for this swarm for this farm using this Mach 10. Perfect. So I think he is spotted down, and there you have it. Plopsky will take them down, and with that, 11-7 NIP. 5 rounds away into closing out this series.
5 rounds away, my friend. So close yet so far para sa side nila. And yeah, I would say if they can get this one gun buy, then simulan pa nila ng isang maayos pa na gun buy dito. Then this would be a very, very different story, that's for sure. I mean, 4 AKs. Back 10. So, meron pang entry power dito si Mr. Plopsky. And, kill agad.
Going
Galing dito.
aggressive.
Sure. Oh!
Pero may sagot agad. Parang kayo mampus, pero there you have it. Simple with his AWP. Will be able to take down one. And this is the threat of the AWP ni Simple. NIP, hindi pa kayo pwede magpakampante. Pero 3v4 situation and wala po kaming feed. So I'm only watching sa ating YouTube channel. Pero Tag will be able to take down one.
Ayun.
Ayun. And 2v3 situation is all up to Rez and Tag. Pero what can they do? Although Electronic lang. Actually, Electronic and Simple now holding the angles towards his B site. This could be a good read coming in for Tag. Pero kailangan lang niyang gumawa ng magandang play in order for him to force the rotation nating Navi and possibly get the space that Rez needed in order for him to get into the site. Pero 25 seconds on the clock remaining and Tag will need to go for this push. And Rez slowly but surely na siyang creeping up to his B site natin. And there you have it, Electronic with that peak. That's gonna be the bomb drop for you, and Tag will just go for the save. And bomb plant denied. Ang ganda na sana ng ginawa ni Tag towards his A site. Kaso nga lang, Rez not checking every corner na andun pa pala si Kuyang Electronic.
Yep. Not the best scenario. Pero, ayun na nga. NIP. Still at 11. You still have to consider na mas malapit nga sila sa ating match point kumpara nga dito sa Navi. But still a bye para sa side nila. Loss bonus still pretty high para dito sa Navi. So definitely a way back into this game. And to prevent that salty run back nga galing dito sa NIP is still definitely possible, my friend. And nako, whoever loses this round mapapa-ego dito. So this might be yung streak na hinahanap ng either team if ever. If Navi wins, it is a possible return or even tie up dito sa NIP if mapanalo pa nila yung isa pang gunbuy dito. But NIP, once they win this 13, ako po, 3 rounds na lang ang kailangan nila ipanalo sa ating game.
And NIP, ano ba? Kailangan nilang ma-shutdown itong AW ni Simple if they want to get if they want to stretch out their lead. They need to counter stat the off frag potential ni Simple. With that, you can use Molotov, you can use Flash, you can use even Smoke to try to delay the pick of Simple. Pero there you have it, that's with the nade. Fully damage na nga yung players nating NIP dito, pero somehow Bit goes down and Simple slowly napupush back siya all the way to this bang air natin. Pero still, he still have the angle dito and not gonna hit this up shot. And now 4v5 situation. Bomb is planted towards his A site. This could be the round that NIP needed dahil marireset nila economy ng Navi kahit papano, although Shamda Young and Simple will have 2k in their banks. Pero Simple will just try to go and save his AW, pero Hampus will try to go for the hunt. Naku po, all players ng ating Navi, tumatakbo sila all the way to this B site and wala ata silang info. Oh my goodness, Simple That is the up for you. That is the up down. Kaso nga lang, masisave pa naman to kahit papano ni Sam Dayang. Pero Hampus, nako po, masyado ang umaasim. Perfecto will be able to take him down with that. Hampus, meron na siyang pera kahit papaano. He will have 4K in his bank.
Rez keeping his up as well. So all is well para dito sa side ng NIP. Hampus, you know, I guess the one tap on simple but still up available para sa kabilang side. 4 rounds para dito sa NIP for that slight bump of win rate dito sa HLTV. And nga, the salty goodbye para dito sa kanila. But the timeout para dito sa Navi. Man, they really want this win. They really, really want this win para dito sa overpass. As a reminder, there's no bearing in seeding as well. Na 2-0 na nga yung Fnatic, so there's no point. But still, Navi, syempre, you want to be the number 2 na sila sa oh, that's a bit tough para dito sa Navi. But still, they want to, I think yun nga, they could be playing for points as well pang HLTV. If they win this, balik sila sa number 1 possibly. Wait, let me check. Stats.
I think publish number 1. Since wala pa namang laro yung phase,
no? Oh. Not 3 points lang yung pagitan. So if they win this, they stay number 1. I think number 1 sila ngayon. Pag natalo sila, they lose like 7 points. I think. So that's gonna be a tough one.
Oh my goodness, 1-for-1 trade lang. Ang nangyayari towards A, yung air natin, pero that's with the flash for you. And Simple will have to repick and not gonna hit the shot that he needed against Rez. Pero Rez, hindi siya magpapatinag dito against the great Simple with his AWP. 4v4 situation, 1 minute and 2 seconds on the clock remaining. No info yet is being given kung mag-rotate na nga ba yung player sa ating NIP to this B site natin. Pero so far, andito na, nakahold na nga ng angles si Kuya Sam Dayang towards this double C area with the help of Kuya Simple. Pero looks like it's gonna be the AWC push. Simple, ang ganda ng angle niya dito sa may ating site. Pero no flash whatsoever. Maraming utility na pwedeng ibato ang ating NIP in order for them to counter the op neto ni Kuya Simple. Pero Sam Dayang mukha nang magpapa-aggressive kasi dito. And he gets punished down by Brolan. Just like that. 4v3 situation. Simple, slowly but surely na siyang nakahold ng angle towards this truck air natin and not gonna hit the shot that he needed. Trying to go for this no scope. Kaso nga lang, it's not gonna be enough now. It's all up to Perfecto. NIP, 4 seconds on the clock remaining and kailangan na lang niyang i-hunt down. Ito siguro yung Perfecto from this double C area and I think alam nila kung saan manggagaling yung last player ng Navi. 2v1, Perfecto, you need to land at least 2 consecutive headshot in order for you to win. Pero so far, NIP on this post plant doing good on their crossfire setup towards this truck air natin. Perfecto, checking every corner. Ken will take the one. Kaso lang may trade agad para kay Plopsky and with that, NIP wins the round 13-8.
Alright, NIP. Really want this win, that's for sure. Fighting for those. Hey, how much points? Wait lang. They get like 50 points? Ooh, naku, pag nanalo NIP dito, they might actually take the number 5 spot sa HLTV. Over Cloud9. Oh yeah, actually, this is really big reasons para mag-try hard dito sa game natin. They really want that front page HLTV status. Maybe even malagpas nila yung Liquid dito if matalo nila yung Navi. There's a lot of teams na actually nakatalo sa Navi recently. So they've been really farming yung points para dito sa side ng Navi. So for now, 13-8 yung score nga natin dito. And Navi not the best buy, that's for sure. Bit na naka MP9, SD1 na naka MP9. I've seen them get away with this exact same buy kung lumapit nga dito si Bit sa isang napaka, I would say, CQC reliant angle. Same goes for SDY dito sa ating round. Simple, waiting for a pop-off round, 14 and 15 dito sa ating game. And NIP still really wanting to get that win ganda na economy nila dito, no? So, even if they lose this round, meron pa sila pambay sa next round. They just lose the ability to buy an up unless magpo-force talaga dito si Rez all the way for that AWP. But utility is gonna be a bit short para sa kanya. Pero NIP in a really good spot at the moment.
And Esetag finally going online, helping his team. That's one of the reasons kung bakit nakabangon ng NIP against Navi natin. Pero, looks like magkakaroon ng early push and aggressive push towards this monster air natin. Pero, mukhang gusto na magpa-flash dito. Kaso nga lang, hindi fully blinded yung players ng ating NIP dito. And with that, Esetag will take the 2 frags. And this is knowing bad for the side of Navi. Meron pang tao towards short air natin. And Bro lang will be able to take tong bit. Just like that, it's all up to simple. 1v1, 1v5 actually. Pero with that, NIP 2 rounds away to close out the series, 14-8.
Hindi na nga. Bit too antsy galing dito kay Electronic at kay Perfecto to make a possible play happen dito sa may monster area. That's a really tough situation kung walang magpa-flash galing dito sa may Toxic. Meron nga. But it seems like NIP was ready for it this entire time. One guy was in the tunnel on the dito sa B short, so he was pretty much safe from it. And Navi, back on the pistols it is.
Yep, and NIP looking to close out this series. And I think Navi is just giving away points in our HLTV rankings. Pero so far, 5v5 pa rin tayo kahit papano. 1 minute and 23 seconds on the clock remaining. There goes the flash. There goes the push. Brolan not gonna spot anyone. Although Rez, meron namang hold ng angle towards double CR natin. Pero bit, pwede siya makot off guard dito sa may double CR natin ni Brolan ulit. Pero I'm not sure if alam niya dito. And there you have it. Bit goes down. That is a very, very tilting moment. Dahil ilang beses nang napapalish down yung pag-push out nito ni Kuya may beat with that 4v5 situation. And 50 seconds on the clock remaining. They need to go for this push. And they need to do it now against the pistols. Pistols lang yan actually. You have a lot of utilities that you can use in order for you to get into the site. Pero Hampus mo atang gusto yung i-bait yung A site take. Oops, perfecto. Magro-rotate na sila dito. Kaso nga lang, meron pa naiwan towards this B-set natin. And, oh my goodness, konti-kunti pa nga nalalag yung players ng NIP as they are trying to enter the site. Dito, kaso nga lang, Rez with that quick scope will be able to take down Electronic. Hindi nakakuha ng weapon upgrade yung players nating Navi dito. Kaso nga lang, oh my goodness, what up headshot agad para kay Kuya Morez. And that's gonna be the AWP down. Kaso nga lang, may double pick na mangyayari dito. 1v2. And Navi somehow made it work.
The dead body, no. The dead body decoy. Akala na yun yung play. Ayayay. And Navi prolonging the pain of the casters. And also, yung NIP na gusto talaga manalo na dito sa game na to. That's for sure. Pero, 9-14. Not too bad. I mean, Navi doing usual things. Nako po, si Riz. Tamaan sa ulo ng isang napakagandang 1D, my friend, in SDY. Ay, sobrang lucky ni Esetag doon that body ended up there. I think that was 100% assumption that was that was a player 100%. Yun lang happens. This is the CSGO ragdoll that you have to expect dito sa laro na to. But 9-14 and played. Still trying to explain to his team, guys, kaya pa natin to. We do not want to lose that #1 spot in the front page. We're still trying for it. And meron pa rin up. Dito yung Navi, I think, hindi siya mag-double up. I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, actually. Pero, Rez still with AWP, plenty to buy para dito sa NIP. So, if they lose continuous rounds dito sa side ng NIP, no, they're gonna have such a huge loss bonus. Navi mawawala yung sa kanila dito, so it's gonna be a tough one. Navi has to win and dire-diretso talaga yung panalo nila all the way to 14. Pag di yun yung nangyari, then that's gonna be an eco going into yung match point para dito sa NIP. So everything has to go well kung gusto pa manalo dito ng Navi, that's for sure.
Yup, tama ka dyan. And Navi, no room for errors lang dito this time around. Pero ESL tag, makakot off niya nga itong Supreme Electronic na masyadong kumukulit sa may ating B-short area natin. And ESL tag still trying to go for this push. Pero it's gonna be against Perfecto. Kailangan ng flash, pero that's gonna flash per Perfecto. Naku po, hindi niya tinuloy yung pag-pick niya. That could have been the frag that Navi needed to try to even up yung kanilang manpower against the NIP. Pero looks like it's gonna be the B side push. Still, Perfecto will try to go for the spray transfer and it's not gonna be enough. Plopsky will be able to take him down with that 3v4 situation. Lamang pa rin in terms of firepower ang ating NIP, and now the bomb is planted towards his B side and Simple will try to go for the boost. Oh my goodness, Plopsky ready for that boost. Kaso nga lang beat, magkakaroon ng collateral damage kay Rez at saka kay Plopsy na even up ulit nila yung kanilang manpower 2v2 situation. Pero konti-konti na rin sila nabus ng oras dito. And beat will try to go for the check. And oh my goodness, just like that, NIP on the board. And a match point, actually series point against Navi.
Isa na lang, then the salty goodbye is gonna be complete para dito sa NIP. This is gonna mess with the heads of Navi no pagpasok nila ng playoffs, but at the same time, mahaba yung break, man. The break is really long.
Parang 3 weeks ata break nila.
3 weeks. That's like 3 weeks worth of VOD reviewing. Pahinga muna 1 week as this was a horrible group stage para sa side nila. Kasi I think kailangan din nila lahat ng mental reset doon. Enjoy! Nasaan ulit yung Pro League?
Pero may gun round na tayo for the side of Navi. AW still in the hands of Simple.
Nasa Malta pala sila. Very nice place, ha? Sakto pa, pwede pang vacation muna yung mga Navi players natin dun, tol. Go around the beaches, swimming muna kayo dyan. Very nice food. Very, very nice food sa Malta. So, I think maganda yung mahabang pahinga dito ng Navi after this Group A disaster. Magandang mental reset yung kailangan nila para sa playoffs. Kasi, mali mo, no, pagka mental reset nila, they can possibly win this entire thing as the 3rd seed. So, that would be a good storyline to follow, no, para sa kanila.
Yep. Pero NIP now looking at the series win. So far, half armors yung 3 players nating Navi and mukhang ipo-force na lang na to. Pero here comes the push, here comes the play, and Beat will be able to umbrolan, and just like that, konti-konti na nalalagas yung players nating NIP. Pero Simple not hitting the shots that he needed. Pero there you have it, Simple with this no scope. And Simple just defending this double C area on his own. And a good read from these Navi players. Hindi nila masyado nakakapitalize yung yung off ni Simple, kaya naglagay na lang siguro siya sa WC.
Yeah, I think yun yung best place na pwede niyang ilagay dito, to be honest. That's the classic Simple, no? Just put him in WC, have him up. If he misses the shot, left, right lang. Kung hindi nila mapatay habang out of cover yung tropa natin, then that's not gonna work. NIP back on the pistols, though. Nag-OT pa to. Ako ay magta-toast ng bread sa baba. That's for sure. Kasi ako'y gutom na. Yun ang status ng casters ngayon. Yun ang gutom na ako. Ventus, hindi ko alam kung inaantok na or kung ganito. Pero Navi, yun nga, prolonging. Hindi ko naman sinasabi na inevitable, no? Kasi posible pa naman to. Unless, an oopsie happens, no, sa round na to. Pero that's not likely. That's for sure. Pero, round 26 na pala tayo. Under betters, kinda sweating. And there it is.
Oh my goodness. Electronic just farming the heads. Hindi pa nga nakuha yung frag na yun. Pero kahit pa paano, Navi still winning that round. And look at the odds. Tingnan mo naman. 5.9 for the Navi and 1.13 for the NIP. So, kung gusto niyo guys, please do check out Rivalry.com and use our promo code LUPON for a bonus up to $200. And full gun tayo for these both teams. Actually, Flopsy will only have the kill in his hands and some simple looking for this aggressive play. Since masyado nagiging passive si Kuya mo Simple, kailangan niyang mag-aggressive in order for him to capitalize his AWP. Pero NIP, kailangan nila mag-ingat dito. They have utilities to work with. Pero looks like it's gonna be the connector play. Pwede nila ma-cut off guard. Ito si Kuya mo Electronic pag hindi siya nag-ingat. Pero I think wala atang backup si Electronic na nag-hold ng angle sa kanyang connector. Pero Simple again, holding siya towards his A short. That's kind of pop flash, pero kailangan nilang maganda-gandang flash para ma-flash out ito si Simple. Pero with that, perfecto. Gets tagged down to 40 HP. And Electronic, that is a good angle for him. Will be able to take down Hampus just like that lamang sila in terms of firepower. And now, SE tag. Naku po, nakatakas pa nga si Kuya mo Electronic. And a good jump pick coming in for the Navi players natin. 30 seconds on the clock remaining. NIP struggling to closing this series. Mukhang nga magkakaroon ng reset into the next round. Pero the pick from Electronic is there. 3v4 situation. Hindi pa rin nagro-rotate yung ating Navi players. Pero eto na nga, si Kuya mo Simple with his AWP. What did he do? The quick scope is not gonna be working out for him. And the flick from Rez is just there. Double headshot agad para sa kanya. 2 seconds on the clock remaining and may good backup agad. Para kung bro now, it's all up to Samda Young. NIP, this is it. 1v1 with a great one. Samda Young trying to clutch this one out. Naku po. Oh, the pick from Rez is there. Samda Young. Nice try. Pero GG well played for NIP.
Hindi ka muna dyan kapatid. Wag muna i-clutch yan. Ako'y kakain pa pagkatapos nito. Pero yun na nga. Navi. Unfortunately. Fall. Map number 3. Huwag kayong ma-stress tol. Pasok na kayo sa playoffs. Seryoso, wala ba nagsabi?
Wala feeling.
Timo, at mo nga. At mo nga yung Navi tol. Pasok kayo guys. Huwag kayong magalit. Text ko muna yung kapatid ko na si SDY tol. Huwag ka magalit. Pasok na kayo. Enjoy mo muna yung Malta. Sushi. Ano ba? Ang papagkain doon. Yung pasta. Dami tol. That small micronation. Ang Malta. Napakaganda paradise yan. So, keep muna sila na 3 weeks. Then, balik na sila dito nga sa playoffs sa ESL. Pero yun nakagulo din. But still, NIP with the salty goodbye. Dito sa ating ESL Pro League, we are gonna proceed into Group B. Ano ba? 2 days? Okay. Wednesday, 6:30. Ayun. Yung old skid na naman tayo dito. Will we have tiebreakers? Di ko alam. Knowing that. Tignan natin yung group. Malay mo meron. Feeling ko hindi. Kasi phase outsiders big. Yeah, this is not looking like a tiebreakers looking group. MIBR though. Dito sila. So baka may onting hope na pwede bigyan sina Eni and Turtle Jota, Burnzan, Exit. I believe dito sa MIBR kung makabalik sila dito. Pero yun nga. This is the top 3. And yun lang, big best of 3 pa nga yung pinasok nila na group dito. So the best of 1 lords are gonna have either a difficult time or magpa-pop off yung isa sa kanila dito. Probably si Tabsen or si Mr. Kito or si Mr. Fabin on that rifle or si Searson on that AWP. Hindi pa natin alam. Pero yun na nga. That is it. Para sa Group A, meron tayong MVP which is si Brolan probably, I think. Most likely. Brolan, di ba? Pasensya na guys. Ito ay 5:15 AM na. Medyo... Oy! Nako po! Rez! Edging it out dito sa series natin. Actually, okay. I understand. Kasi no all 3 games, lakas ni Rez actually. Scary how consistent this guy is. Kaya, unfortunate na hindi natin siya makikita sa playoffs. Pero siguro sa next na event, which is... Ano bang next event after ko-cover natin, Timo? Major na. Oh! Major time na pala, guys. So, okay. Hype tayo dito. So, next time na makikita natin NIP is probably gonna be the major unless mag-choke sila sa qualifier. Then, sad. Yun na nga. Ay, wala na ako notes pa rin. Naubos na yung notes ko dito sa second monitor ko. So, meron ka ba masasabihin, Ventus?
Wala na siguro, pero ayun, congrats na lang sa Navi. At saka nice try pa rin sa ating NIP. And with that, this is still the official Filipino broadcast of ESL Pro League Season 16, brought to you by Galaxy, Postpar Gaming, The Army, and Rivalry. Kami yan yung nakasama for this series. Ako pala si Ventus, and I'm with Sneaky Frag. Postpar Gaming, magbabalik kami sa Wednesday. So, follow and thank you guys for watching. Good night.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.